Welcome. You have activated all systems. Deactivation is not an option. The end is where we begin.
George is going to fake it to Hook. He's going to roll out to his right. Misses the tackle, puts it deep.
Oh, look at this.
And complete to number 25.
Aaron
Down
rolling.
to 20, to 10, to 5. Touchdown.
There you go.
Pinnacle. All day, all day, all day. Kind of
Run, Brian, run.
Nope, there it is, there it is. 7-8 to the head.
Boom.
There's Gillis Ross.
Oh, my God. Goodness. Wow. One-handed. Incredible.
That is one of the greatest catches I've ever seen.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to a Friday Night Football. We are out at Mountain Ridge High School for the Pinnacle football game tonight. Myself, Tim Storrs, Todd Dixon, and Rich Piper's a little MIA. He's running a little behind in traffic, but we'll catch up with him, out in the stands here a little bit later, and we'll get them all queued in. So tonight is a second to last game of the regular season, where Pinnacle Pioneers are going to face the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. Again, this is an away game, so we're just a little bit west of Pinnacle High School. And tonight's going to be a great game, a game that Pinnacle should win.
It's going to be a lot of fun, Tim. And one of the things, the head coach for the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, this is a name you're going to remember, folks, if you're a longtime Pinnacle fan, none other than Vinny Ciliberti. Yep. So he was the offensive coordinator under Dana Zupke for, I want to say, 10 or 11 years at Pinnacle.
Yeah, I think 11 years.
Interviewed last year, and I remember talking to Vinny when he was interviewing for this, and got the job. And they're in a little bit of a rebuilding phase. This year they're 2-6 on the year. Their numbers are down. They just don't have as many kids that have gone out. And in addition to Vinny, a long-term QB coach for Pinnacle prior to this year, Brad Edwards, has come over, and he's actually the offensive coordinator under Vinny. So very familiar faces on the other side.
Yeah, and tonight should be a fun game, a little bit of a rivalry. I think this is, a game that was queued up for the back of the season. And you can see the coaches out there talking behind us there, waiting for the Pioneers to come on out. They got a shot of them behind the field there.
I think they're talking about, are they going to run the annexation of Cuba tonight? All these different things that we've seen this year with the coaching staff and formations. And by the way, record-setting offense for the Pioneers this year. It's amazing what they have done. But
well, what's funny, Todd, is this game's going to be kind of interesting because head coach Vinny Ciliberti, now with Mountain Ridge High School, he ran the offense.
He did for years.
For Pinnacle. So, Coach Dana Zupke.
I know the kids. For sure.
And Dana Zupke, and he knows a lot of Pinnacle players. There's a lot of friendships that were built and all that kind of stuff. But Pinnacle's going to have to come out with something completely different to attack this team.
Well, and they have. I mean, if you take a look at first-year offensive coordinator Mike Brown, we call him Doc Brown from Back to the Future, because of all his crazy schemes he comes up with. And if you watched last week, you saw that formation. We were laughing about this. That I don't know if I've ever seen it at any level. It's where you have 3 down linemen come out, a center and 2 guards, and then you split the tackles, the left and right tackle, all the way towards the sideline like you would a wide receiver. You got quads on one side and trips on the other. Good goobly. What's going on?
So you got the center and 2 guards on the line, and Spencer. Sometimes a running back there, sometimes not. He's usually out on the other side there. It's crazy, and you saw last week some of the defenses scrambling on trying to figure out what they're going to run and how they actually cover it. And it was funny that you mentioned that last night. At the JV game, they ran a little bit of that last night.
I think they call it stealth. I think
at the JV game.
Sources have told me I think it's called stealth.
And it was funny, the two Hatton brothers, Hogan and Hayden, were both up in the press box when we were calling the game last night, and I asked, are they going to run some of that tonight? He goes, I don't know. They didn't really know.
So maybe you see the coaches laughing. Maybe the big tall guy you see on your screen, folks, that's Doug Cozen. He's the wide receivers coach coach. Got to know Doug last year. He actually played pro ball. He played in the United States Football League back in the USFL days. And
Wow.
So, and he was good. I think he played up in Chicago. He was a University of Illinois wide receiver and tight end back in the day. And Doug's a great coach, by the way. He's done a great job with those kids. And, of course, you see Dana Zupke, the center of attention in his, I think, 15th year at Pinnacle.
I believe so. He's got to bring all pretty much new staff there.
Yeah, well, a lot of new
or
ones.
young staff, let's put it that way.
He does. Andrew Hurley came over. So both of his coordinators, offense and defense, are brand new this year. Dana, as he said in an interview, fired himself as defensive coordinator to bring in Andrew Hurley, former player. And then with Doc Brown coming over from Notre Dame, coached there last year. And actually, I found out today he coached at North Canyon a couple of years ago when they had Brett Molson. So we faced off against Doc Brown in the past with some of the things, Mike Brown, that is. Well, let's go side by side, folks. What to expect tonight. On the year, we're having a great year. We're 6-3 at this point. We have an 11-game schedule, which is one extra game more than most other teams.
Right.
Okay. You go back in the year, we started off 49-3 blowout over Brophy, and then a big win over Bash as well in a blowout. Then we lost that heartbreaking overtime, or that to Chandler, 28-35. Then we went down and we did beat Mountain View 26-7. We lost another close one to Centennial, who's 12th in the nation now. Did you know that? Centennial Coyotes. We lost 23-20 on a last-second field goal. We did go down to Mountain Point, and probably, I think if you'd ask the kids and the coaches, it might have been our poorest game of the year in terms of how we executed.
I agree.
So Mountain Point got the best of us, 57-34.
But we could put up numbers when we had to.
Oh, absolutely. We scored, 3 touchdowns in, 5 minutes in the fourth quarter? And then we did come up with a 77-29 winner over Desert Mountain, and at that point was record-breaking. We're going to pause, folks. We have the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll be back.
National Anthem.
National Anthem, excuse me.
Great job by the Mountain Ridge Marching Band playing our national anthem tonight.
Fantastic as usual, and I'll tell you, our league, I really like this. A lot of class, the different schools that we play against. We've, if you go all time, we were 6-1 all time against Mountain Ridge, including winning the last 5. So we've kind of owned this series, if you will. We haven't had a loss, I think, since back in 2012, I want to say, 2011.
Okay.
On the year, what to expect tonight, folks, your record-breaking offense. Listen to this, Tim. How many points per game are the Pinnacle Pioneers averaging? Try 44.2.
I was going to say 48, so I was close.
And, we're giving up in terms of what the other team scores. We are allowing an average of 20, but that's against a tough schedule. On the other side, the Mountain Ridge team is averaging 27 points per game, but they're giving up an average of 34. Okay. You look at turnover ratio. We're on the positive. We flipped it up. For a good part of the year, we were negative on turnover ratio. We're now at +4. So congratulations to the kids and the coaches for turning that around. Tucker Parrish has come up big with 4 picks on the year.
Just
making tied for 3rd in the state.
Just making it happen.
Yeah, fumble recoveries, a lot of different things. Mountain Ridge -4 on the year, so they've turned the ball over more than what you would imagine. If you take a look at, we are averaging 285 yards per game through the air and 174 on the ground. And Mountain Ridge is averaging 211 and 185. Defense. Now let's talk a little, put the D in the fence, right? Defense. We're giving up an average of 161 yards per game through the air and 186 on the ground, where Mountain Ridge is giving up 159 and 199 respectively. So, truth is we're ranked right now. If you look at Max Preps, which I think is probably the most accurate ranking in the state in terms of how good or bad a team is. We're not talking about playoff seedings. This is actual rankings. Pinnacle is ranked 5th right now in 6A. And so there's a couple squads ahead of us, but we played just a murder schedule this year.
Yeah, especially in the beginning of the year.
Right, and so that's kind of made it a little bit tougher on us. But as you see, the Pioneers coming out, they're fired up. This is senior night, I think, for Mountain Ridge.
It is. So this will be their last home game. Next week, folks, we play arch rival Horizon, which will be a great game. It's always a good game. You can't count nothing out at that game. So we're going to be coming live from Pinnacle High School. That'll be our senior night next week against Horizon High School, and we have not lost to Horizon in 10 years. So,
well, we're 10-0.
Yeah.
So you call it a rivalry game, but if you've never lost,
well, I guess. But the schools are in such close proximity,
they all know each other. Yeah.
And the kids have a lot of mutual friends amongst the schools, and so on and so on. So,
and there's been some really good games. Last year's game was fantastic, and actually Horizon this year, they'll give them credit. They're 7-1 going into tonight. Most likely, we're going to face a team that's 8-1 next week in the Horizon Huskies.
Right.
So, and you never know, and it's always a hard-hitting, hard-fought game. And last year, boy, it took a 2-point conversion for Spencer to convert for us to win that ball game. That was the closest.
Well, I was talking to Todd off the air before the game got started, and one game that kind of stuck out, that was kind of maybe a little bit of a challenge for Horizon, even though they beat them, was the Desert Mountain game. Desert Mountain, we beat Desert Mountain 77-29. That was
we could have put up 100.
Horizon, when Horizon played Desert Mountain, it came down to a last-minute field goal, and Horizon won by 3.
There's no question on paper we're by far the class of this league, in terms of our division. The level of competition for what we faced early on in the year when we faced, Centennial Point and Chandler compared to league play, it just isn't the same.
So I want to announce the captains tonight. Captains for the Pioneers are going to be number 55, Luke Verbalitis, number 28, Dylan Stevenson, number 2, Spencer Rattler, and number 7, Parker Red.
On the, you got numbers on the Mountain Ridge side?
Yeah, I'll call the numbers if you want to read them.
I could do that.
All right, I've got number 53.
That would be not on the roster.
All right, here we go.
Yankovic.
73.
73 we do have. That's Richard, Curtis Richard.
The binoculars out
defensive
there.
lineman,
Sorry about that,
kid.
folks.
Richard's a 250-pounder, so a couple cheeseburgers shy of 260. Looks like one of the injured players.
68.
68. And let's see, 68 for that is going to be Transankos, Anthony Transankos.
63.
63. That is going to be Armand Doost.
And number 50.
And number 50. Okay, we've got to flip the page here. Number 50 is Hoover. So you got Darren Hoover, who's the offensive lineman for him. Got a lot of their big boys as their captains. Hang on to your hat, folks. If you haven't watched a lot of games, here's the problem. When Pinnacle's on offense, you do not want to get up, go to the restroom, grab a Coke, or do anything else.
No.
You're going to miss it because they're scoring points in bunches, and they're doing it with so many formations this year. It's really fun to watch.
And in a hurry. So this is going to be, you keep your friends close and your enemies even closer type game with Coach Siliberti on the opposing team. So it'll be interesting. I'm not sure who won the toss, but Pinnacle's going to start off on defense. And Mountain Ridge. Great to see Jake Veach, number 82, back.
Yep.
Again, he's been out for a little bit. And then we've got, let's see here,
a couple of games I think he missed earlier. And the crazy thing is Jake is still, after missing 2 games, 3rd in the state in 6A with kick scoring. And that's missing 2 games. I think he's 5 or 6 points behind the leader.
So Jabari James, number 9, back deep, and Preston Miller are also back deep.
And Jake Veach, congratulations, folks. Number 82, about ready to kick, is going to be a Northern Arizona Lumberjack on a football scholarship next year. So, and here comes Rich, and here we go.
Welcome to the party, Rich.
And he boomed that. You can tell, boy, adrenaline. He almost put that through the uprights. Welcome back, Jacob Veach.
Yeah, and the last couple of games we had Dylan Stevenson, number 28.
He's also got a pretty good leg.
Exactly. He plays soccer. He was doing a great job as a fill-in for Jake Veach. No discredit there.
So out comes your linebacking crew. We do have one announcement, folks. I just found out tonight. If you've been following number 44, Kyle Carricker, blew out his knee last week. He's gone for the season.
Yeah, that I knew.
2-year starter, fantastic kid, fantastic player.
Hogan Hatton, number 42, told me that.
Yeah.
And just for the record, Hogan Hatton, I believe he's 8'3" and 600 pounds. No, I'm only kidding you, Hogan. He's going to be 6'3" and about 225. So he asked me to correct that.
Mountain Ridge comes out, and I believe that's hints at the quarterback spot. Hands it off over to the right-hand side. A little bit of room. Going to be a gain of about 3, and carrying the ball, I believe, was Ben Ty. Yeah, Ben Ty. So Mountain Ridge comes out and runs very first play.
Can't see who made the tackle there, so apologize for that, folks. We're not as high as we usually are, and on the opposing side, on the Pinnacle side here, so it's a little tougher to see. So if we miss something, I'm going to apologize right from the get-go.
Bring up a 2nd and 7 for Mountain Point. And you've got Alonzo Maya, who's the outside linebacker tonight, taking the place for Carricker. He's number 31. To go along with 42, Hogan Hatton in the middle, and Vance Dixon, number 4 on the right side. Mountain Ridge is going to come out. They've got a twins left formation and twins right, shotgun formation. It's going to be a designed roll-off over to his left-hand side. Throw's going to go down and incomplete. Dylan Stevenson on coverage.
Not a very accurate throw there. Intended for number 7, Preston Miller, and again, Stevenson on coverage there. If that Stevenson looked like he might have slipped a little bit, and he possibly could have picked that real easy.
Yeah, he could have. Hintz on the year has 1,193 yards to go with 9 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So the pretty good numbers for the quarterback for Mountain Ridge. But I'm not sure if he's faced a defense quite like Pinnacle's yet. And Brad and Vinny on the other side know that.
Oh, yeah.
Almost our entire secondary is returning. Number 18, Tucker Parrish, leading the team in interceptions, going to play college at Rikon next year. He's your right safety. Dylan Stevenson, 28th corner. You got Q, number 3 on the other side, and you got Bennett Levy, number 5 at safety. So with a 3rd and 7.
Looks like a flag delay of game.
So that'll move him back a little bit to finish up your starting defensive unit, number 99, Hunter Markison, fantastic player. On the inside, we've got number 71 for the Pioneers, and that is, I believe, Luke Jarvis, yes it is. Braden Smurs on the left-hand side at end, and you've got Ashenbrand, big number 72, going to Princeton next year, who is your other defensive tackle. You can play both sides of the ball and play it well. So with a 3rd and 7, we have trips to the left for Mountain Ridge. Hintz in the shotgun. Pinnacle's going to play base defense. Hintz drops back. He's under a little bit of pressure. He's going to go down. Luke Jarvis. Hello, my little friend. Number 71, Luke Jarvis. Good penetration, Tim.
So a nice 3 and out. It's going to be for Mountain Ridge to start. Pinnacle's going to get the ball with Dylan Stevenson back deep as a return man in excellent field position. And Dylan Stevenson, number 28, is one to watch on the returns.
Yeah, in fact, they're going away from their normal formation with 2 punt returners this week. This is interesting.
Well, he's also kicking into the wind tonight, too. So
it's going to be a low floater. Taken on the run by Dylan, and he's going to have a little bit of a chance if he can pick up a block. Comes back, and he goes over to the 30 and falls down.
Yeah.
The turf monster. Tackled by the turf monster.
Yeah, but at about the 32-yard line. I guess that's what you call it, because Pinnacle plays on an artificial field now, and this is natural grass. So maybe the boys' cleats aren't really adjusted to that. Or,
is this real grass?
It is real grass.
All right,
I got real grass out here.
That is an adjustment. If you're used to turf, it's like running on carpet, half the time. So here comes your record-setting Pinnacle offense with Oklahoma verbal commit, that is, number 2, Spencer Rattler. Number 1 ranked quarterback in the United States for the 2019 class as it relates to running and passing by ESPN and a host of others. We're going to come out with twins left, shotgun for Spencer. He's going to look to his left. Flags fly. Complete to Parker Red, number 7, for a pickup of about 4.
I had a feeling we got either an offsides or false start or something. They didn't blow that one dead, so we'll see what that one is.
So your offensive line tonight for Pinnacle, number 55 is your center, and that's Verbalitis. Number 75 for the Pioneers is William Wright. Welcome back, William Wright. He's been injured a little bit this year. Number 77 is Dylan Milbrath. He's a junior. On the left side, you got Big Ben with the deepest voice I've ever heard. That's Ben Fox. The road grader is what Coach Zupke calls him. And he's number 79, and he is a load. Then at the left guard position, you have, let's see, I'm trying to catch a number here, Tim. They're kind of coming back and forth. Number 70. Yep, number 70, and that's Mickelson, who's done a great job. Another junior, 6'2", 265-pounder. Folks, that offensive line average is about 280 for Pinnacle. They are as big as they look on your TV screen.
So that penalty backs the Pioneers up 5, so it'll be a 1st and 15
So your receivers, number 7 is Parker Red, split to the left. Number 81 is Shane Sunday, the sophomore. And you've got Jack Jepson, number 22 to the right. And there's your leading receiver, number 88, Hayden Hatton, going in motion. And now they're going to pass it out to Parker again. Parker's going to look for some room with some blockers. He's going to pick up about 5. That'll create a 2nd and 10.
So they got that penalty yardage back, or most of it, I should say. So it'll bring up you got 4, so 2nd and 11.
Well, they're coming out in the more traditional offensive look tonight after really kind of experimenting with some different things the past 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, they ran the double wing, double tight look when we played Desert Mountain, and ran it the entire first half almost and put up 35 points. So with the second and...
I think they're going to throw that at them, just
they might.
For the fun of it.
Who knows? Trips, got Jepson in motion. Spencer's going to fake the handoff, go over to his right. It's complete again. Parker Red, here's interesting. Every play so far to Parker Red. 3 in a row.
And Red looks like he is gonna get the first down. He reached out far enough and got that ball down to the 20-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Pioneers.
Parker's had a great year. You know, he came in tonight with 28 catches, add 2 more to that total. He's up to 30 now.
Yeah, he's got great hands. Never really drops anything. So
1st and 10. Hayden Hatton going into motion. Spencer this time is going to hand it off up the middle. And there's Covington looking for a hole. He's going to pick up about 12. Good blocking by the line to spring that for Covington.
They're going to call him down at the 6.
Yep, Red has blocks extremely well.
So it'll be 1st and goal.
So 9 minutes, 21 seconds left in the first. We're knocking on the door, folks.
We got an injured Mountain Ridge player, and that is number 46, Tommy Ellis.
You know, on the year, when you really watch, and a lot of people in football just follow the ball. They don't pay attention to the line and the trenches. No. Treat yourself, folks. Just for a couple of plays tonight minimum, watch these big guys up front. They bring it. And, you know, tonight we've got a pretty good size advantage, you know, over Mountain Ridge, but it's not always that way. So
Pinnacle threatening already.
Yep, 1st and goal. Motion, Covington. It's going to be a handoff on a jet sweep. Makes a couple of moves, and he's still on his feet. And he's going to be taken down for, I believe, about a 2-yard loss. Mountain Ridge was ready for that.
Number 34 had him by the ankles there. Number 34 is Marcus Fock. Nope, that's our 34, excuse me. Ridge Wilkinson.
So create 2nd and goal from, they're going to mark it about the line of scrimmage, about the 9-yard line. Trips to the right. Got a tight end to the left. Spencer in the gun. And it's going to be a throw. Touchdown, Hayden Hatton.
Hayden Hatton.
Touchdown, Pinnacle. Now, Hayden Hatton on the year, guess what? That's number 11 he's got through the year.
Incredible. He's having a great year. I like, you know, those 2 boys come up and talk to us during the JV games. What nice young man. I actually look forward to when they come up there and talk to us. They do their homework a little bit and razz the players and all that kind of stuff. Just good kids. And that's why they were harassing me, because I didn't have their height and weight right. So all of 8'3", 600 pounds. No. Only messing with you there, Mr. Hatton.
Tucker Parrish on the hold, and Jacob Veach stays perfect on the year for PATs. That's going to give a 7-0 lead. That touchdown pass for Spencer Rattler on the year, you ready for this? Number 30.
That's incredible.
In the single season, number 30. There's a lot of records that we'll get to at some point tonight. Spencer and this offense, they're already on a record-setting pace. They've broken 7 already.
That's incredible. So we got 8:32 left in the first quarter, and Pinnacle strikes first, puts 7 on the board. So, folks, Pinnacle Football and the Blue and White Club would like to personally thank all the dedicated sponsors for their generous support in helping the Pinnacle football student-athletes reach their goals on and off the field. Please make sure you stop in and visit our sponsors during your day-to-day routine and thank them for supporting the program and our kids. Our Chick-fil-A is our 2017 sponsor, providing generous support to the program throughout the season. There's a new way to please the crowd. Chick-fil-A, Paradise Valley, located at Tatum and Cactus. Stop by and let them know you're a Pinnacle fan. They didn't invent the chicken, just the sandwich. Eat more chicken. Visit chickfil-a.com for details.
Bach. All right, so here comes your hit squad. Jake Veach again leading everybody out. You got Smurs next to him in there at the inside position, and number 8 would be Bogle, who's right next to him. As you go down the line, they mix in some starters and some kids that don't necessarily start, but this is a good kickoff team.
That
And
one should go through the back, and it does.
He just pounded that.
Well, he's got
through
the
end zone.
wind. He's got the wind at his back too there, but he's got all the leg too.
That was wide right. Had it been a little bit left, that would have been a field goal.
Nice.
So, Jake, come on, man. You can't kick that 75-yard field goal or 80. What would that be? That's a good question. That'd be a 77-yarder. Kicking from where he is, it'd be a 77-yard field goal. So, out comes Mountain Ridge on offense again. 8:32 left in the first, folks. And
inside quarterback.
Yep. And he's got 2 backs in the backfield this time. Twins to his left. And it's going to be a run over to the right-hand side, or left-hand side, excuse me. And it's good for about 6.
Hogan Hatton, number 42, on the tackle there.
Good linebacking crew.
Gain of about 5, or let's see where the mark that. About 5 on that play.
It's hard when you lose a player of Kyle Carrick's ability and character, number 44. But it's next man up, and they've got some good linebackers.
Well, Alonzo Maya,
he's a good player.
Yeah, number 31, very fast. He's perfect for that type of position.
Play action. They're going to go over the middle, and good job coming up on coverage. Was that Tucker Parrish?
It was number 18. So that pass is incomplete. Intended for, looks like one of their tall receivers there, Cole Holcher, number 87.
Now here's the thing: if you Tucker played some offense last year, so Coach Celebrity comes over with Coach Edwards. You know that they took some of the same schemes and ideas of what they like to run on offense.
Oh, sure.
That's going to be very familiar to number 28, Dylan Stevenson, to Tucker, number 18. They all played some offense last year, so that's an advantage for Pinnacle for sure. Shotgun Twins to the right, and
that's going to be offsides. That's Maya, looked like number 31 that jumped. Oh, no, they call a false start, so that's going to back him up.
Yep. So that's going to create a third and 6. It looks like Andrew Hurley, defensive coordinator, is going to get aggressive on third down and come after him.
Well, Maya did the right thing. He obviously saw something move and went in there.
Yeah. So, shotgun, Twins to the right. Drops back. He's going to go over to the right-hand side in the flats and overthrew it, but in coverage was number 5, and that is Leby. So, hence, again, his numbers coming into tonight were pretty good, but honestly, they just haven't had the same kind of talent they faced as to what Pinnacle has.
It's Cole Holliker, number 87, and he is one tall young man, I think, 6'6".
So Dylan Stevenson back on his own this week. It is a change. I mean, all year we've had 2 punt returns. They switched it up. And he's kicking into the wind. Got a pretty good kick. Dylan's going to fair catch right at the 50-yard line. Bobbles the ball. And a good heads-up play.
Leby.
Yeah, good heads-up play by Bennett Leby, number 5, to come up with that ball. It's tough when you're a punt returner and that wind is swirling the way it is.
Well, it's not only that, but you got all these Mountain Ridge players just breathing down on you. Even though he's calling a fair catch, and he was untouched, but you got that close proximity there. You can't help not to look.
So the Pioneers will take over at their own 48. So JV game last night, another blowout victory.
Yeah, 44 to nothing.
Wasn't that halftime too?
Yeah, it was up there.
Well, I'll tell you, folks, the JV team this year is just bringing it. Undefeated. They got 1 game left, Horizon, to have a perfect season. This time we're going to come out quads to the right. And Covington's going to go in motion. Spencer is going to fake the handoff and go up himself and just pick up 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, and he just slid forward. He's going to get right down the midfield there, just shy of midfield. We'll call it at the 49-yard line.
Smart play. At this point in the season, you don't want to risk an injury, with Spencer, not with the playoff push coming up. So if he doesn't see it, the fact that he just takes a knee and fights for second down, nothing wrong with that. Trips to the left, Spencer in the gun. Covington in motion again. Fake jet sweep, and they're going to go over the middle. The ball is incomplete, intended for Hatton. That's Hayden Hatton.
Yep, you don't see him drop too many, but he was kind of pedaling backwards as that pass was thrown.
So it's a fake jet sweep play action, basically. And, the concept is try to freeze those linebackers and create that 10-yard pop, over the middle. So now with third and, we'll call it 3rd and 8. Twins to the left for Pinnacle, and Spencer in the gun. Jack Jepson split to the right. You got Hayden Hatton is the up back with Covington to his right. Spencer's going to look to throw. Got plenty of time. Pump fake. He's going to drop it off short to Jack Jepson. He's going to pick up first down yardage for the 40. All the way up to the 35. Out of bounds about the 32.
Yeah, nice little dump-off play there. Just focus on getting 10 yards at a time. Pinnacle offense not moving as quick as we've seen in the past. Maybe they're just getting warmed up here. It is a little chillier tonight, folks, a little windy. The weather's starting to change around here. So
Jepson, 25th catch on the year. You see number 80 check in. That's Eric Cole. Spencer in the gun. 1st and 10. He's going to come back. He's under pressure, escapes it, and this time he's going to dial it up deep, and that's going to be a touchdown. Quentin Powell. Q, Superman and the phone booth, fast.
Just like you said earlier, they can't blink because they can make it look so easy sometimes. Wide open, Quentin Powell.
Beautiful throw by Spencer.
That's going to put another 6 on the board for the Pioneers.
18th catch of the year for Q and his 5th touchdown through the air. So now Spencer's got 31 touchdowns on the year. And that's one of the records that they're breaking right now. So far, Spencer's averaging 3.2 touchdowns through the air per game. And it looks like those stats are going to continue to be padded tonight with that start. Snaps down, kicks up, and
Beach bangs that one through. So with 6:57 left in the first quarter, Pinnacle's going to jump on top 14-0.
I was watching the ball boy. That ball almost flew out of the stadium. He kicked it so hard.
I saw that.
In baseball, that would have been hitting the top of the rail to not get your home run. He was that close.
Jacob Beach was out the last couple of games. Working a minor injury, nothing serious there, just kind of resting. So it's good to see him get back in action here and a little bit tuned up.
Folks, and tonight, we've had instant replay for the past couple of weeks. Here's the problem. When we're on road games, there's some technical things that we have to have access to, and we have really tough reception where we're at with bandwidth. So for whatever reason, we're not going to be able to get instant replay tonight. So sorry about that, folks. At home, no problem. You'll get it next week. And you may see some difficulty with the stream. Hopefully you're not. So 14-0, 6:57 left. Just like that, blink an eye.
Yep, exactly. So we haven't even seen a run back yet from Mountain Ridge. This is our 3rd kickoff for Jacob Beach, and I would
he's fired up.
Yeah, I would assume this one's going out the back of the end zone.
Let's wait and see what he does in that high mountain air of Flagstaff when he plays up there. Yeah. Another boomer.
Yeah, no chance.
The returners are just that one hit at the back of the end zone. So not only has he had 3 touchbacks, it hasn't even been close.
No, not even close. Folks, our touchdown level sponsor this year is Marley's at Desert Ridge, bringing the best part of families, friends, and sports fans together, serving up our varsity team meals on game day, a testament to great service, excellent food, and a welcoming atmosphere for our community. The Marley's brand wouldn't be much without their loyal guests. This is the place to go after the Friday night varsity games. Come join the fun and catch the highlights on Friday Night Fever with the Pioneer fans. Visit marleys.com for details.
Hello, boys.
Hello, Rich.
Welcome to the party.
I finally made it after 2 hours of traffic. It was bad out there, but not as bad as it's going to be for Mountain Ridge.
So we have a new quarterback. That's Cookman, number 12, and it's picked for a pick 6. That's Dylan Stevenson. First interception on the year, and he takes it to the house.
Wow.
Dylan also going to play at Ripon College in Wisconsin next year. 3-year starter stepped right in front of it. That was the first pass for Cookman on the night for Mountain Ridge, and Dylan read it beautifully and just took it to the house for 12. For 6, I should say. 12 yards for 6. Congratulations, Dylan. And just like that, it's 20-0, folks. 6:51 left. What a play by Dylan Stevenson to catch to do that. That was just fantastic. And if you take a look, that's our 9th interception on the year. Tucker Parrish on the hold. And another boomer. Is he going to make it over the fence this time? I think he did. No, not quite. The ball boy who's back there fielding those kickoffs has figured out that he's just going to stand at the fence like an outfielder and try to avoid that thing going over.
Stevenson, a pick 6.
Next field goal attempt or point after, I'm going for it.
Dan
Are you going to go back there, Rich? And try
Dan Passerix is asking me what happened because he's our live Twitter feed guy, and he's going to be busy tonight, I got a feeling.
Yeah. So, Dan, here you go. That was Dylan's first pick of the year, and it was the 8th interception for the Pioneers. Actually, the 9th on the year for Pinnacle. So that's that +4 turnover ratio just turned to +5.
Yep, so here we go again, folks, with Veach. I would imagine this one's going out the back of the end zone. 6:51 left in the first quarter. We're already on top 21-0.
Well, what's interesting is the fact that they switched up their quarterbacks when they came out, and they put in number 12, Cooksman, who on the year, he's had some snaps. He's got 376 yards through the air so far. So Jacob Veach, again, heading to Northern Arizona University on a kicking scholarship next year, and you can see why when you watch this, folks. He has a booming, and I mean booming, leg. So here comes Veach, and he's going to drive that thing like a 400-yard drive. Yep.
And no return on that one as well. So, folks, Fitzmaurice Hand Institute is one of our Pinnacle football sponsors and a proud new sponsor of Pinnacle football for 2017. Come visit the hand experts located at 8841 East Bell Road in Scottsdale. Fitzmaurice also provides hand and wrist urgent care. They are the carpal tunnel specialists. Using leading-edge treatment and technology, come experience the comfort and caring and get back to doing the things you love. Visit them at fitzhand.com for details.
So Mountain Ridge heading back out, and they're going to stay with Cooksman, number 12, as their quarterback. Two backs in the backfield, shotgun. Cooksman is going to hand it off up the middle, and maybe a yard or two. But boy, I'll tell you what, Luke Jarvis is having himself a ball game.
Yeah, he's got his hands around him, and he ain't letting go.
Jarvis is a good player. Played a lot last year on that Pioneer defense, and he's a load to try to block him.
This Mountain Ridge offense really hasn't had anything going yet. They got the ball first to start the game. They went 3 and out and had a punt. And it's been all Pinnacle offense and defense since then.
Well, total yards, I mean, we don't have the exact stats, but I know they're negative.
Yeah.
They haven't picked up a first down, I don't believe. So Cooksman in the shotgun. They got twins to the right, split left. And he's going to do a play action. Look over to his right. Quick pass over to the flats. It is,
and it's dropped.
Yeah. He had a step. That was number 23, their back, which I believe is, you got that?
Jacob Graff.
Yeah, so Gaff, and, through the air, Graff, he's got 40 yards on the year, actually. But he is their second leading guy rushing the ball. You know who their leading rusher is? Is number 6, Hintz, who is their quarterback. And number 3, Ty, that's number 3, Ty. So watch for him on the ground.
Isn't he rushing and total yards?
Yeah, he's a little bit of both, Rich.
Well,
Tim's looking around. Where is
he? He was here, now he's gone. He's already vanished.
He's roving reporter. He's in the crowd somewhere. So we're going to come up with a 3rd and 9, and they're going to stay with Cooksman, number 12, as their quarterback. Shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield, straight drop back. Lots of pressure. He's fumbled. Ball's on the ground, and I think Mountain Ridge got it. Ashenbrand, number 72, came tearing through the line to put that pressure on.
Jarvis, number 71, almost had it.
The offensive linemen from Mountain Ridge are just struggling to hold back. Number 72, Ashenbrand, and number 71, Jarvis. Again, folks, if you want to watch something fun, watch the trenches on both sides because we've got some beasts.
So here comes a 4th down, and Mountain Ridge is going to punt again. Number 6 is their punter, which is Hintz.
Yeah, Hintz. We've got Stevenson back. Yeah, number 28. Okay, here's the kick, and gets a pretty good one. Dylan now he's going to fair catch it, and this time he handles it cleanly at the 48-yard line. So we'll have good field position with 5:51 left in the first.
So Pinnacle has had really a half field the entire game. They haven't really been much farther beyond the 50-yard line. Well, even to start any of their series.
Through the years, we've had some pretty good games with Mountain Ridge. When Coach Siliberti and Edwards came over here, they knew it was going to be a little bit of a rebuilding project.
Right.
You don't just turn around a program in a year. It takes a little bit of time. And they're good coaches. Both of them are. So I think they'll get there. It just may take them a little bit of time to do so. And they're running into what I think is the best Pinnacle team in history. I mean, this team is loaded talent-wise. So 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Twins to the left. Spencer's going to come under center this time. Going to be a quick handoff up the middle, and I think that's Hayden Hatton. It is.
It is.
Lumbering forward for about 8 or 9 yards. He is a load when you give him the ball at the fullback position.
Yeah, 6'3", about 225 pounds.
So they said that we weren't getting their weight right.
I wasn't getting their weight right. No, It was totally directed at me.
Okay.
That's okay, boys. When you're up at the JV game, guess what? No hot dogs for you. So there you go.
All right, so it's going to create a 2nd down and 3. Twins right. Spencer's going to go in the gun. He's got Hayden again as the up back. I think that's Covington over to the left. And Spencer's going to throw. Pump fakes all day to throw. And almost a beautiful one-handed interception on defense. That was a nice play.
Yeah, intended receiver was number 80, Eric Cole.
And that was a nice play by the defensive back, number 31 for Mountain Ridge, which I believe is Daly.
Yep.
Trevor Daly. Almost had the one-handed snag.
And Spencer had some heat on that ball, too. You could hear it hit his glove.
So 3rd and 3. Double split formation with tight end. Hayden Hatton is going to go in motion. Look for him to pound it here. They do. Caleb Covington is going to be close. He may not have gotten there.
I don't think he got it.
It's going to be fourth and 1 or 4th and 2. What are they going to call this? 4th and 1, I guess.
Yep.
From the 39-yard line. So
Rattler stays out there. Rattler is also Pinnacle's punter, but they're not even going to do that. It's all offense here.
So now we're going to see our first spread look with trips right, and Spencer's just going to go straight up the middle.
And he's going to get that first down.
Yeah, he's going to get it by about a half a yard.
Was that the Brian Lewerke play?
It does look familiar, doesn't it?
Where is Mr. Piper?
Rich, you're playing hide and seek.
I told you I'm out here at the PAT. I'm catching it.
Are you all the way out?
Oh, yeah, he is. He's on the other side there. He's
all the way down.
He's all the way down at the end zone.
So, same thing, spread formation. Trips right, Twins left, Spencer in the gun. Ridge is playing what kind of defense are they throwing at us here? They got a traditional, they got a 3-man front, basically. Spencer is going to look back. They're rushing 4. Great blocking. Wide open, Parker Red. That's a touchdown, Pinnacle. Number 4 in the first quarter. 27-0 Pioneers.
Boy, Brad Edwards and Coach Ciliberti just got to be like, I don't know, in awe a little bit.
I saw Big Ben get a pancake block on a passing play.
Yeah.
On a passing play. Number 78, your left tackle, pancake the kid. Spencer could have cooked, started a fire and cooked a couple eggs back there. He had so much time. But it was a great throw, and for Parker Red, another fantastic catch.
So, Mr. Beach for the PAT. Rich is going to be back there trying to catch it. I think he's on one of the teeter-totters.
And kick is up, and is he going to get it over the fence? I don't know. Rich, are you over there? If Rich can hear us.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm at the end of the end zone. What's happening?
No, we were seeing if you're going to catch that and maybe catapult it back on one of the teeter-totters back there.
No, I got scared, man. Parker Red came at me really fast from the back of the end zone. I got really scared.
Parker's he's I'll tell you what, besides a good athlete, he's a powerful kid too. He's pretty strong.
So one of our first 10 sponsors this year, folks, is Arena Sports Grill. Is another longtime sponsor of Pinnacle Football, offering great food in a family-oriented neighborhood environment, from personal-sized pizzas, wings, steaks, and pasta, salads as well. The Arena offers something for everyone: food, sports, games, and fun. Come enjoy your favorite college or NFL football team on one of Arena's 20 HD TVs. While you're there, play a game of pool or darts. And hey, remember, Arena Sports is also your local Scottsdale off-track horse betting bar. Proud sponsor of Pinnacle Football.
So special teams coached by Eric Ardall, and also with Verbalitis, Coach Verbalitis, who's the head JV coach. And this special teams unit's looked as good as I've ever seen for Pinnacle this year.
So we got 4:24 left in the first quarter, and we're up 28-0. And Mr. Beach is probably going to bang this one through.
Well, it'd be his 5th of the night. Let's see. Yeah, another boomer. He got a little more height on this one. Just trying for that field goal.
That was
Rich has.
I got it.
He can run it back.
You got the ball, Rich? Rich got his hands on the ball. Let's see if he can throw. He missed the wrap.
I didn't want to hit the crossbar, so I threw it over his head. He's pissed.
Okay. So Mountain Ridge going to take over at the 20-yard line. So you knew on paper that this could be a lopsided game, actually, and so far it started off that way. But so we have, again, number 12 back in for the Mountain Ridge. That's Cookson at quarterback. He's got double twins. He's going to look over to his right. He's going to tuck it up and try to gain some yardage. And Ashton Brand, number 72, says, no, sir.
Nah, he put his hand on his shoulder and pulled him right down. Not today.
You can tell size-wise. Here's one of the biggest things when you look at these two teams. Look at the size of the O-line for Mountain Ridge. Look at the size of the D-line for Pinnacle. We've got some big boys. Number 99, Marcuson at end, folks. He comes in at about 220. On the inside, number 71, that's Jarvis, is 270. And Ashenbrand, I think, is 280. That's number 72. Shotgun formation, Cookson. He's going to look down. He's going to air it out for a pattern over on the right-hand side. They're going after Q. They got the tall receiver. And Q is that Fox?
Yeah, no, that was...
I thought it was Q, number 32. Can't see the number, folks. I'm sorry.
No, I think that is Fox. Marcus Fox, number 34, I believe.
That was number 34, Marcus Fox.
Okay,
That ball was a good 5 yards out of bounds.
Well, they went for the fade pattern. They saw something they liked. The receiver's about 6'5".
Yeah, Hollickery, 6'6", actually.
6'6", and the corner's 5'10", so they're just trying to exploit that height advantage. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Bunch twins formation. Looks like we're coming on a blitz. We are. And Cookson's under pressure. Gets rid of the ball, though, over the middle. It's incomplete. Fox again on coverage. And you're right, Tim, that receiver they have, number 15, is just a tall kid. What is he?
6'6".
6'6", okay.
So that was Ashenbrand, number 72, and Marcuson, number 99, that were right in Cookson's, right in his face, and he was actually on the ground.
Well, there's your chess match. If you see him trying to go deep to exploit the height advantage, what do? You send some backers. And you don't give him that much time to throw deep. So good job by the D coordinator, Andrew Hurley, to dial up that pressure and create a 4th down.
So Hintz, number 6, back to punt.
And he's going to get a hold of it. Dylan may have a chance at this one. He does, and he's going to go over to his left. He picks up a nice block. He's at the 50, at the 45, down to the 40, and he's going to go out of bounds at about the 37-yard line.
So, again, another short field for the Pioneers.
Boy, it's been all Pinnacle.
It is.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if they've got Mountain Ridge has even got past the 30.
They haven't got a first down yet. No, total yardage, it's just incredibly lopsided. By the way, last week, folks, your Pinnacle Pioneers set an all-time single-game record for total yards. How many yards did we have last week, guys? We had just passing.
700 and something?
Yeah, 700 and some, I believe, is what the total was. Yeah, total yards, 731 yards last week on offense. Now, what was the previous record? 2 weeks prior, 684 against Desert
Crazy.
Yeah, nuts. So now you got Hogan Head, number 42, playing a little offense. He's going to line up at the tight end. Pinnacle going to, I think, kind of calm things down and go to the run game. They've got double tight, Hayden Hatton in motion, and it's going to be pound the ball time. And here comes Caleb Covington, number 1, and he's going to pick up a good, strong 8 or 9 yards.
Stick around. We might get to 42 in the first quarter, and then the last 45 minutes will be.
Yeah, every time Pinnacle gets that ball there, they're just they're kind of having their way here with Mountain Ridge tonight. So.
Well, we talk about that offensive line and how big they are. I mean, it's just, it's not even fair. William Wright, number 75, is 260. Milbreath is 6'4", 235, your tackle. So Spencer's going to come out. Twins, it's going to be a fake jet sweep. He's under some pressure. He's going to roll to his left. Gets rid of the ball to the end zone, and almost a great play by Hogan Hatton, who adjusted on the ball.
Yeah, there's a flag thrown down there, too, as well. I think that's going to be a pass interference.
Yeah, that was PI. I'm right here, saw the whole thing. The guy was all over him.
Yeah.
It was a great adjustment on the ball. Rich, you being right there, when you watched Hogan, Spencer was under a lot of pressure, rolling to his left, still put some pretty good velocity on that thing, but kind of threw it up for grabs a little bit, and good adjustment by Hogan.
So that's going to be against Mountain Ridge. So that's going to be a 15-yarder. I mean, really, if it's a touchdown-saving penalty, that's a good penalty.
Oh, it is.
Even though it's going to cost them 15 yards. So Pinnacle's going to be.
Wow, they're marching it all the way down to the. I got to learn the high school rules.
About 14-yard. No, that's about right. About 14-yard. Yeah, it's 15-yard penalty.
So 1st and 10 for Pinnacle at the 14-yard line. We have 2 minutes, 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Pioneers up 28-0. Trips to the right. Shotgun formation. Jepson motioning left. Spencer looked like it was play action. They blew it dead.
Blew it dead. It looks like it's going to be a false start possibly.
See what they're going to pull off. If we're going 5 yards back.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So, yeah, how about that? 738 yards.
I don't know. They didn't call it.
They blew it dead. So,
yeah,
all right.
Okay.
So, 1st and 10 Pioneers from the 14. Jepson in motion again. Same thing. They're not going to change the play. Spencer is going to rifle the ball over to Hayden Hatton, incomplete. Pretty good play by the defensive back there.
All right, Mr. Hatton, that's the second one you dropped tonight. I don't get it.
You going to egg him on?
Oh, yeah.
You still have one more week.
Spencer threw to his numbers. You don't get guys' numbers.
I'm just messing with you there, Hayden. No big deal there.
So we got word, folks, so there won't be any instant replay tonight, and basically it's for bandwidth. I'm not an IT guy. Evan, Maxey, and Steve, our guys that focus on that, are. No bandwidth, no replay, so sorry about that. On the road, we can't control some things. Trips right, Spencer is going to hand it in front of him, almost like a Statue of Liberty handoff, and Covington's going to pick up maybe 3. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He was behind the running back, and he reached around and handed it to him up front.
Handed it to him.
Interesting.
So we haven't seen, the last couple of weeks we've seen the Pinnacle offense do a lot of different things. Very traditional tonight. Nothing out of the box yet.
There's no double wing or there's no stealth or anything. This time, though, they are going to come out tight end to the right, trips to the left, shotgun, Covington in the backfield. Spencer taking a look over to Doc Brown on the sideline. Flux capacitor play coming your way, folks. Spencer's going to roll to his left, penalty flags fly, and he's going to rifle the ball to the end zone to Parker Red again. Touchdown.
If the penalty doesn't stick, or if it's against Mountain Ridge, that's going to put 6 on the board, but let's see what they call with this one.
Is that Parker's third of the night? Am I adding correctly here? I think so.
I think that's against Pinnacle, that flag.
Yeah.
What a throw by Spencer, though. Holy cow. And, that record-setting week we talked about last week, how about this for Spencer? 538 yards passing last week in one game. That's just crazy.
That penalty is going to be against the Pioneer. Oh, no.
Touchdown.
They're trying to call it
Keep it on the boards.
Yep, the touchdown. They're lining up for the PAT.
So what? Did you see what they were calling down there, Rich?
No, I couldn't see it.
Okay.
So that's going to bring the score to 34-0. So we are still in the first quarter.
So that flag was actually thrown at the line, at the line of scrimmage there. So that's why I figured it was either a false start or something. But
holy cow! You see number 2, Spencer Rattler, right there, folks. He's your record-setting QB, ranked number 1 in the nation for the junior class.
All right, guys, gentlemen, I'm back deep here with Austin, my buddy.
Yeah.
Hello.
There you go. All right.
Is Austin enjoying the game? Let's see if Veach can kick it over the fence this time, huh? Go for the home run, Jake. Bam. He's got the height. Nope, not going to have the distance.
And did Rich catch it?
I ran into this big wood thing.
The catapult.
I'm hurting myself here. I'm going to have to call my doctor. I'm bending at the waist, hurting my shoulder.
Wow. Another great. Hey, by the way, folks, for Veach, he is still perfect on the year for PATs, even being out a couple of times. He has not missed a PAT all season, and that's a lot of kicks that he's had. In fact, coming into tonight, he had 36 prior to this. Now we add 5 more onto that. He's 41 for 41 on PATs.
That's crazy. So we're just under 2 minutes at 1:55. Pinnacle's on top, 35-0. NGL, Network Global Logistics, has over 45 years of experience providing our customers with emergency shipping service 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. That's right, they never close. If you miss UPS or FedEx cutoff times or need immediate warehousing support, contact NGL at 1-800-938-1809. A First and 10 sponsor of Pinnacle football this year.
So, yeah, it's the wheels have come off for Mountain Ridge early, that's sure. For sure. 35-0 Pinnacle. Veach for the kickoff. Still 1:55 left in the first quarter, folks. And this time he's not going to go for the end zone. He's going to go, and good job by Veach to
and it goes
still
in
get in there anyway.
And it goes in the end zone.
I wonder if that was a design call to try to practice instead of kicking it deep to try to work on those squib kicks.
I
for
think
later on in the year.
I think so. And it went into the end zone anyway. So Mountain Ridge will get the ball on their own 20 to start. 1:54 left in the first quarter here. And
well, this is the most we've put up in the first quarter all year.
Oh yeah, and folks, I just want to mention this: that once you get to 42 points and there's a 42-point spread in the score, you go to a running clock. And
well, they're shuffling a couple of the kids. Big Sam's in there at tackle, I see. So it's going to be a handoff over to the right-hand side. This time he's got a little bit of room, and it's going to be about an 8-yard gain.
Hogan Hatton, number 42, on the tackle.
That's number 3. That's their leading rusher, for Mountain Ridge. Their leading rusher is Ty.
Ben Ty.
He has 654 yards coming into tonight, so pretty good speed.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 4.
All right. Well, we've got Evan Max, 2nd and 4, and there's going to be a handoff over to the right-hand side,
That's
and
Ty
great
again.
defensive play. Folks, we got our producer, Evan Maxey.
Alonzo Maya, number 31, tackled him and chased him out of bounds.
Evan, how you doing?
I'm good. Just wanted to let the folks know who are watching on the broadcast tonight. We know that there's broadcast issues tonight. We're about 1/3 the total network bandwidth we normally have.
Yeah.
Just about the location of the field and everything. So it should be streaming. There won't be instant replays, but you should be able to watch the game. And a little buffering issue here and there, but please bear with us and thank you.
All right, Evan, thank you. These guys do an amazing job.
Yep.
They show up with duct tape and whatever else you need. It's kind of like, they're the RV masters. Give them a roll of duct tape and they'll make it happen. So it's 3rd and 8 for Mountain Ridge. Twins to the left, split right. And it's going to be a handoff again over the left-hand side. It's Ty again, and Vance Dixon came up with a beautiful tackle.
Number 4. And that's the first time we've called his number tonight. He's been a little quiet out there.
Well, Vance, 80 tackles on the year coming into tonight.
That's what I'm saying. It's unusual that we haven't called his number because he's usually very, very active linebacker for Pinnacle.
How active? He leads the team in tackles, and it's not even close, folks. He's got 29 more tackles compared to the next guy on defense. That's pretty amazing, really.
So this first quarter is going to end with Pinnacle on top, 35-0, and we're going to switch sides here, folks. Folks, our team captain sponsor is Optimal Health. 3 keys to your health coach, your healthy eating, and your habits of health. Just takes 5 minutes to take the well-being evaluation, see how you're doing in these 3 key areas to help you create a life that matters. Get started today. Go to iChooseOptimalHealth.com for details. Also, Jimmy John's Gourmet Sandwiches is a proud sponsor of Pinnacle High School football. Jimmy John's, where the fresh meets the fast.
So, one other thing we didn't cover here, Tim, this one's really pretty impressive. One of the records that's been broken this year is the all-time single-game QB rating average. Spencer Rattler, number 2, 125.9. That is his average. The next closest was Brian Lewerke back at 106.8 in the 2014 season. And congrats, by the way, shout out to Brian and all the other former Pioneers that are watching. Brian's tearing it up at the next level at Michigan State, having a good season. They've surprised a lot of folks. And he's only a sophomore. So
yeah, they were ranked 22 or something like that.
Top 25.
So 22, so congratulations.
Way to go, Sparty.
I'm sure your family and especially your father is proud.
So penning formation for Mountain Ridge at their own 25-yard line. And this time they got the wind at their back. This is going to be a good boot. Dylan's going to let it bounce and let it keep bouncing. Boy, that's going to be a gigantic punt. All the way down to the 16-yard line. He kicked it from his own 10.
Well, that's okay. This will be the worst field position that Pinnacle's had for the game to start off on offense, but that's okay. It'll be a good test for the Pioneers here.
Count that as a 74-yard punt. You don't see that very often.
Nope.
So you can see on the screen there, folks, Coach Dana Zepke, working with Dylan Stevenson to say, hey, when that comes, you got to run up, catch that thing. But Dana does a good job with the kids. Basically coaching them up on the little things that are going to get you to the next level, come playoff time. And there's your big boys as you look at the screen. Some big kids up front.
Hey, guys, who won the toss at the beginning of the game?
We kicked off, I think.
Yeah, we did. We started off on defense.
So we got twins to the left, Spencer in the gun, split right. Spencer's going to continue to throw. He's looking over, and it's going to be a curl route for Jepson, a little bit high.
A little bit high there. So that'll be... bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Pioneers.
Number 22, Jepson's had a good season, Tim. He has, coming into tonight, 24 catches, 283 yards. I haven't seen, he hasn't hit the end zone yet, so maybe they're going to work on that and try to get the TD for Jepson this evening.
Well, in the beginning of the season, he wasn't in as much, and now they're kind of starting to rotate him in and out, Well,
and you also seen the sophomore, Shane Sunday, split way to the left. They're using him everywhere. He plays some end, tight end, now he's playing receiver. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and good run, good strong run. Is that Jumpman?
I think that was Covington.
Is that Covington?
Covington, number 1, ball carrier.
Covington on the year rushing came in tonight with 456 yards on the ground.
Gain of about 4 on that play.
So Covington and Juntman coming in tonight were 456 and 457. So Pinnacle is very fortunate to have a couple of options at running back that are all very good. Spencer's going to hand it off again. No, he's going to fake it. He's going to hit the edge on the left, and he's going to dial it up deep. Look out. Into the wind. And that ball is caught by Sunday. What a catch by Sunday. Number 81. Holy cow. And he was right there alongside with Parker Red.
Yeah, I thought they were both kind of calling for that ball. And,
it's like a game of 500.
Sunday came down with it. And, like I said, all that 70-yard punt, we've just about got all that back already.
Well, number 81, Shane Sunday, he's a big kid. He's sophomore, 6'3", 200-pounder, only in 10th grade. So Spencer in the gun. Jepson split left. And it looks like we've got a tight end. We've got a split back to we've got a slot. I think that's Hayden Hatton over on the slot. It is. He goes in motion. And Spencer's going to throw again. And he's looking down the field. This time he's going to roll to his left. He's going to try to fire that thing into the end zone. And almost Hayden Hatton, number 88, tried to go up with the one-hand stab. Spencer had a lot of heat on that thing.
Yeah, well, he was starting to get under a lot of pressure there. And you know what? If you're going to kind of throw it, Hayden Hatton, a great receiver there. Throw it just out of his reach. That way, no harm, no foul if he doesn't catch it. And it stays out of the hands of the defense.
That'll create a 2nd and 10 for Pinnacle at the 27-yard line. Spencer under center this time. Going to be a quick pitch to the left to Covington. Cuts back. Good blocking up front. Finds a hole. He's up to the 15 to the 10. Another jump cut down to the 5. He's going to score. Touchdown. Caleb Covington. What a beautiful run.
Make that look easy, don't they?
Well, first of all, great blocking up front, but that shows you how dangerous Covington can be.
Yeah, especially when he gets a little bit of daylight, or a little bit of open field there where you can see a little bit of that green grass.
Do we have the replay working tonight?
No, Rich, we don't.
We don't.
We don't have the bandwidth.
I'll tell you, I had a perfect view, and I watched a head fake to the left and a head fake to the right and a pause and a stutter step to walk across the.
We used to call those ankle breakers in practice because he literally, it's very rare you see a running back that's able to jump cut like the way he does, start and stop from full speed to nothing. So Veach again. And
he pops that one through. So here we are, folks. 10:43 left in the first half here, and we are at the 42-point spread. So that means it's going to be a running clock from here on out already.
Well, and you'll probably start to see some kids shuffling.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if the wind wasn't against us on that one, on that PAT, that was over the fence. I think he was kicking it back to Pinnacle.
Pinnacle has had some fantastic kickers throughout the year, and Jake Veach has absolutely answered the bell to live up to that tradition. He's had just a monster year.
So our Big Blue sponsor this year is Angel Dentistry. As a proud longtime sponsor of Pinnacle football, Angel Dentistry provides quality dentistry and a soothing atmosphere for the whole family. Angel Dentistry also offers a discount for all Pinnacle High School football fans. A proud Big Blue sponsor of Pinnacle football this year.
So here comes Veach again. You figure, okay, so this will be the 7th kickoff?
7th kickoff.
I think 8.
Yes, 8th.
Number 8. And he's a perfect on touchbacks, but now for the very first time he's going into the wind.
Kicking into the wind, so.
I don't know if you can hear the wind tunnel effect, folks, but we've got a pretty strong wind, and it's left to right. As you face the field, and if it was a clock, it's coming about towards 4 o'clock, basically. The hit squad ready to go. Here comes Veach. And another low screamer. This one's going to have a chance to be returned. It's picked up at the 10-yard line up to the 15, or up to the 20. A little bit of room. Uh-oh, look out. He's got some room. He's up to the 25 to the 30, and finally taken down. Good open field tackle by Maya, number 31.
Preston Miller, number 7, with a nice return from Mountain Ridge.
So 35-yard line.
That's kind of the best field position Mountain Ridge has had so far to start their drive.
Well, it's been the best play of the game for him, quite honestly, And now your Pinnacle defense, it looks like we're still got, there are a couple new kids that are coming in.
Zaire Bogle, number 8, is out there as a linebacker.
Yep, number 73 for the Pioneers, and that is Greg Gemelli in at tackle. Dylan Stevenson coming up to play bump and run coverage on the outside. Here's the snap. Going to be a handoff straight up the middle. Not a lot of room, maybe 3 or 4 yards.
I believe that's tie number 3.
Yep, a little bit of a scrum going on. You know, going back prior to Vinny's time here as Coach Liberty from Mount Ridge, you go back 3-4 years ago, this usually was one of the most physical games we'd have all year against Mountain Ridge.
Yeah, no, I agree there. It looked like number 91 was Michael Rossi that was at the bottom of that pile there.
So a couple of D linemen coming in that weren't in earlier today, folks. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Cookson in the shotgun, and he's going to drop straight back. He's going to look over to his right, picks it back up. Now he's going to fire deep, and he had an open receiver, number 15. And yeah,
some miscommunication there between Bogle and number 4, which was Thans Dixon, both linebackers. A little bit of miscommunication there.
That was Michael Dyer, the receiver for Mountain Ridge, and had that ball been on the money, that probably would have been 6. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 6. As you can see on your screen there, folks, number 95 for the Pioneers also had a good year. You know, the point in time that he's had, and that is Rossi. You mentioned him early. Big 73 that you're looking at is Jamelli.
No, 95 is Clark Rea.
Oh, Clark Rea.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 6. Clarkson going to move over to his right. The wind's swirling. He's under a little bit of pressure. The ball's going to be a little bit short. Dylan Stevenson on coverage.
And Van Dixon all over him as he's trying to unload that ball.
Trying for Dyer again. That's the guy they keep trying to get the ball to. And from a receiving perspective, you know, Dyer's had a solid year, 209 yards on the year. So that's going to create a 4th down and 7 for Mountain Ridge.
Stevenson back deep. And again, was it Heinz?
Yep, Heinz
is going to be punting, number 6, but he's got the wind at his back this time.
And Dylan's going to have a chance at this one. And he fields it at the 22. He's going to make a move over to his right-hand side, up to the 25, up to the 30. Picks up a block and runs out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. So are we at the running clock yet? It doesn't look like we are, Tim.
Well, they do that. They'll stop it at the change of plays.
Okay.
Or change of possession, I should say. Change of possession, not change of plays.
So 7:57 left in the first quarter. See the big boys coming off the field. Good job again by that punt return team. 28, Dylan Stevenson. You see talking to the special teams coach down there. I think that's, that's Coach Arnold. So pretty good return. Now heading back out, Spencer. Still got most of the starters in at this point. I mean, we're still in the second quarter, so.
Zach Hull, number 15 at wide receiver.
Going to come out with twins to the left and split to the right.
And you got Covington out wide to the right.
Yeah. Look out for that. And he's going to look over to his left. Spencer's under a little bit of pressure. Good throw and great catch
by Hull, number 15.
What a beautiful catch by Zach Hull.
And that's going to be caught right at the 45-yard line. That's going to be move the chains for a Pinnacle first down.
Boy, he just plays big out there, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was a great catch. He was wide open.
Yeah, good hops on the kid, too. The ball came in a little bit hot and high, and just a great job to stab that thing out of the air. That was the 6th catch on the year for Hull. Spencer going to drop straight back. And all day to throw. He's going to dial up the cannon. He's going deep, and that is going to be Intercepted. Okay, so Mountain Ridge gets a pick. They were trying to hit Eric Cole down the hill, down the field, and again, that wind, you have to understand, that's about a 50-yard throw, and it might have got caught up in that wind a little bit because the wind is swirling here, folks. But it was double.
Justin Hines, number 6, was the one that came up with that pick.
So he was playing quarterback to start the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was double coverage. Spencer took a shot. And that's
he had Hull off to the left too. He had his man beat too as well, but he went for the big one.
Yeah, he did, guys. It did look like he was getting caught up. It was going to be right in the middle of the end zone, and it laid up there. And by the way, number 6 plays quarterback and he plays safety.
Yeah, goes both ways. You know, when you don't have the numbers, I think they had 43 kids total on the squad. You're going to see some of their better athletes play both ways. So back out, and that is Cookson, number 12, going to be a quarterback. Yep. And it's going to be a handoff straight. Play action, and he's going to go deep. Good coverage by Dylan Stevenson.
Yep, right on him, man for man, had position, step for step.
Yeah, they keep trying to go back to Dyer, number 15. That's one of their major targets. And again, Dylan, great job by Dylan. He was right there. Checks out to get a breather. And
Jalen Coleman, number 6, coming in.
You can see Dylan taking a little bit of a break. In fact, they put some new kids. You got number 32 in on defense for Pinnacle, and that is, what we got? Lassiter, Cody Lassiter. It's safety. And I think, we're on the right-hand side. It looks like Kyle Bryant, number 11, also at the safety position. And I'm trying to catch a number on the other corner over there, Tim, on the right-hand side.
I can't see it yet.
So Mountain Ridge going to come out.
That's Marcus Fox.
Marcus Fox in there, okay.
Number 34.
Under center, it's going to be a quick handoff over to the left-hand side. A little bit of room. Gain maybe 3 or 4 or 5 Pioneers in on the tackle. That's the hardest part for us to see, folks. Way on the other side.
way on the other corner there.
We'll see, maybe the camera will help us out as we take a look.
I think that was Maya, number 31, on the tackle there.
Yeah, Rossi's still in there at tackle. We still have Thans Dixon and Hogan both in at linebacker. Well, we knew that it would get to this point. I just didn't know it would happen this quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a very well-played first half by the Pioneers, for sure. So Mountain Ridge is going to come out 3rd and 9 from their own 5-yard line. Cookson in shotgun. And Pinnacle looks like they want a blitz. They are coming. And he's going to be under pressure. He does get rid of it, though, and that's a beautiful throw and catch. Wow. Give credit where credit's due. That was a great throw by the Mountain Ridge quarterback.
Very, very well-timed throw. Marcus Fox, number 34, on the coverage there. So that is a big play for Mountain Ridge as they get into Pinnacle territory, really kind of for the first time. I think it is the first time.
It is. It's the first time they've gotten past the 50. It was actually decent coverage. He was off by about a yard. It was going to take a perfect throw for them to complete it, and that's what Cookson delivered. It was a nice throw. So Mountain Ridge comes out there in an I formation. Twins to the right. Going to be a handoff over to the right-hand side. A little bit of room. They got some blocking. He's going to catch the edge, Ty is, and he's their big play running back. He's all the way down to about the 14-yard line. Finally, Kyle Bryant, number 11, ran him out of bounds. So 2 big plays in a row. And you see a lot of players coming in. The first-team defense is being thrown back into the ball game for the Pioneers. You had a lot of the second-teamers in there, and I think defensive coordinator Andrew Hurley
seen enough.
Yeah,
for now.
We're still in the first half.
Yeah,
I mean we're up by 42, but it's still the second quarter.
You know, and you know, nothing to discredit those young men that were out there. No. You know, you got to give them a chance. You got to get some playing time, get an opportunity there. But
so Cookson in the shotgun. It's going to be a fake handoff. He's going to go over to his left-hand side, and the ball is going to be complete, or no. They haven't made a call yet. Tucker Parrish came up on the hit.
They're going to call it complete.
Okay,
so
they're going to give it to him. Yeah, so
Parrish, number 18, on the tackle.
Pickup of about 5 yards. So your starting defense back in. I think they want to try to keep the goose egg up.
Hey guys, I got kicked out by the ref at the end zone over there. Did you see him call his time? He was kicking me out. He thought I was a coach, actually. He thought I was calling plays and getting a bird's eye view.
Did he really?
On the field.
He got booted.
Hands off over to the right-hand side. And good play on defense. Tucker Parrish.
Big hit by Tucker Parrish, number 18, to stop that play.
He's a hitter. Tucker's a pretty good-sized kid.
And you got Hatton in there as well as Thans Dixon, number 4. Hatton, number 42.
Tucker's 6'1", about 190. Good athlete. Played running back for the Pioneers at the lower levels. And actually, he played some varsity running back last year, too. So he's played both sides of the ball. 3rd down and 5 for Mountain Ridge. 3 minutes, 17 seconds and counting, folks. Pinnacle up 42-0. Mountain Ridge driving, though. They've got double twins, shotgun. Cookson. He's going to look to his left. Try
quick pass.
Yeah, quick pass, which is in and out. Yeah, in and out of the hands.
Intended for Heinz, number 6.
So they had Heinz start at quarterback. They switched him over to receiver.
He's played safety, too, so he's all over the field, that young man.
Well, you can tell he's probably one of their better athletes.
So this is going to bring up a 4th down.
4th down. Are they going to kick a field goal?
I believe so.
I think so. All right.
Well, they got the wind at their back, too, so it's really going to be up to the Pioneers to see if they can get some penetration by that big defensive line.
It's 4th and 6. Yeah, we've blocked a couple of them this year. Snaps down, kicks up,
Did he make it?
No
good. I think
Right
we're
to the right.
So that's going to keep the running clock going there, folks. If he would have made it, that would have stopped the running clock. As Pinnacle's still on top, 42-0 with 2:53 left in the first half here. Hayes Cooling and Heating and Plumbing. It pays to call Hayes, the last HVAC company in Phoenix you'll ever need. The most dependable provider of quality-driven air conditioning service, repair, and maintenance in the Greater Valley. Visit them at hayescoolingandheating.com for details.
All right, folks, 2:47, and the game's going to go awful quick now because of the running clock. So we're going to get done, if this continues, a lot earlier than we normally do. We still have the starting offensive unit in the game, and you'll probably see that throughout the first half before.
Well, Mountain Ridge had a couple of big plays there, and they came up with a goose egg. So
give me a
just
handoff
couldn't
up the
finish it
middle.
off.
And here comes Covington again. Nice jump cut. Look at that move. He's up to the 25, to the 30. Stiff arms, gets all the way up to the 33-yard line.
And that's enough for a first down.
13-yard game with 3 great moves and good blocking.
He just makes you miss.
He does. He does. But you have to give credit to the guys up front, though. The thing is, you can't make those jump cuts.
No,
unless
without
you get,
the blocking first. It starts there.
You need to get a 3 to 4 yard start to get your momentum going. And if you don't have that, then you're dead in the water. So trips to the right. Spencer in the gun. Jepson motion. Spencer is going to fake it this time, and it's going to be a quick throw, and it's complete over the middle to Parker Red, who's having a monster game. And Parker finally goes down. Big hit by the safety to finish him off. That's same kid, number 6, I believe.
All right, and that's going to be enough to move the chains for a Pinnacle first down again.
So a minute 50, and now they stopped the clock when they moved the chains. I thought interesting. Okay.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to keep the clock running, but really, it's up to the man in the white hat.
Yeah, that's true.
He takes control of the game. He's the boss.
Yeah, the referee doesn't do it. Then here's a direct snap over to Covington. He's got some room. He's up to the 45, to the 40, still on his feet. Another jump cut move up to the 32, and the rugby scrum breaks out. Did you see Verbalitis 55 come up there?
Yeah, just shoving him around.
There's 5 guys in the middle of the pile. Big number 55, Verbalitis, goes up there and grabs one left hand over here, the right hand over here, and just says, I'm going to move this about 3 yards, boys. Would you 5 like to come along with me? Great job, Verb. So we've got twins to the left, twins to the right. Spencer in the gun. Actually, trips left. And it's going to be a shuttle pass.
To Jepson.
Complete up to Jepson. Jepson got some moves up to the 25, to the 20, still on his feet fighting, and he's finally going to be taken down. I'll tell you what, give some credit. You know who's playing hard? That number 6 for Mountain Ridge.
Yeah.
That kid is really coming after it and playing hard, and that's Hintz.
Hintz, not Heinz. So I apologize for that.
Well, you might be right. I don't know. It's a German name.
Okay.
I'm part German. You think I'd know, right? But, all right, 45 seconds left and counting. Spencer in the gun, trips to the left. Jepson over to the right. Motion, and here's Juntman in for the first time. Spencer's under some pressure. He escapes. He's going to survey the field. Throws a dart, and
almost one-handed by Mr. Hatton back there.
And a penalty flag flies. So now the clock keeps running. Now they stop it with 27 seconds. If they hadn't had that penalty, we probably would have seen the clock run out at the end of the first half, right? But something happened there. Boy, Spencer had some smoke on that ball, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Rich, where are you hiding at?
I'm actually right down here by the line of scrimmage, and I've got some alumni around me, including an ASU fan. You got a big game against the Utes tomorrow. How are you going to do?
I think we're doing pretty good.
All right, there you go. Utes played USC well. Now they're going to play ASU well.
Thank you, Rich. Got a good view from where you're at, that's for sure. So 27 seconds and counting. Spencer's going to go under center, and he's going to do a quick pitch over to the left-hand side, and that's going to be Juntman, who fights off a couple of different tacklers and gets down to about the 4-yard line. But you're probably going to see, we're not in hurry-up mode. You're probably going to see Spencer, well, maybe he is. He's going to do a timeout. 6, 5, 4. They're going to snap it. 3, 2, 1, and nope. Well, they threw a flag. With about 1 second left, they threw a flag. Are they going to stop the clock because of that? What's going to be the situation here? Spencer wanted to get another playoff.
Yeah, I don't know why he just didn't call a timeout there. They had 3 to use.
I don't know. It could be the fact you've got this kind of lead in the first half.
No, I get it.
Especially
insult to injury.
Yeah, Coach Celebrity and Edwards are both great guys. They really are. And they've got their challenges. They've got some rebuilding to do over here. So the last thing Dana or the coaching staff wants to do.
So they're gonna call that the half.
I think so.
They're gonna call it at the half. So the Pioneers were threatening right there inside the 5. So that's going to end the first. That's going to end the first half. Here, Pioneers on top, 42-0.
Hey, Rich, you got me down there? Can you hear us?
Hey, I want Rich. I want one of those Hatton boys. We'll get those Hatton brothers.
Yeah, no, you.
Dude, not at halftime. I'm not going to do it. I already got in trouble once in the game.
Hey, why don't you do this, Rich? Head towards the crowd, and then let's just do some impromptu.
You can walk
interviews in the crowd.
Seriously, the ref thought I was a coach back there. He thought I was calling Belichick and stealing signs.
That's none other than Rich on your camera right there, folks. He's usually in the principal's office by now. He's probably getting yelled at by coaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Rich, seriously, let's head into the. If you can hear me, let's head into the crowd and let's find some impromptu parents to talk to.
Rich was one of those type.
I don't know if you want me in the stands, but here I go.
Yeah, Rich was one of those type of kids that when he was in school, he chewed gum in class. I guarantee it.
He probably threw it at the teacher.
I know, he hears us.
Yeah, so with our communications, Rich can actually hear us now this year, which is great. So, well, kind of an interesting thing, folks. They had the updates on the playoff chase, and we were number 6 last week. We're number 8 now.
All right, first victim. Ready? Sorry. It's Mr. Veach.
Mr. Rich, okay.
It's Mr. Veach, and he's on camera right now.
Mr.
Just say
Veach.
hello.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
We'll catch up with you later.
So Veach, very proud papa, I'm sure. Son heading to NAU next year. But so we're number 8 in the right now, number 8 seeded. And the problem, here's what screwed it all up. When Desert Ridge knocked off Mountain Point, it threw everything into a tizzy.
Yeah.
So Pinnacle's at number 8 now. If you take a look at it, it's hard to figure out, folks. It's not just win-loss, and it's not just. I was reading about this. They literally go through Max Prep's thing that they do, and they analyze thousands of games.
Oh, yeah.
To come up with this thing. I mean, I think Einstein's theory of relativity was less complicated than what they try to do with this rating
it's all
system.
about strength of schedule and points scored, and points given out. I mean, there's a whole formula, and they look at it all before they make that decision.
Right, and so really, as you take a look at it for us this year, it's going to be interesting to see where we end up. And there's some big games tonight, statewide. Chandler, actually, I'm sorry,
Hamilton and Perry.
Hamilton and Perry are taking off tonight. Hamilton right now is the number one seed, not ranked number 1 by Max Preps or the paper, anybody else that really understands. But based on the PowerPoint system, Hamilton is on top.
Right.
And I think Perry's sitting down at 5 or 6. So here's what's going to happen.
Well, Perry was undefeated, and then they lost to Chandler, and Chandler beat him pretty bad.
Oh, they crushed him. Yeah. And Hamilton's got a really tough 2 weeks ahead of them. They got Perry tonight, which I think that's a coin flip game. I'm not sure which way to go.
And then Chandler to finish it off.
And then you got Chandler to finish it off, yeah. So as you take a look at it right now, Hamilton is ranked 1 in playoff seedings, Desert Ridge 2, and Hamilton has 15.4 overall in a rating. Desert Ridge 2, Mountain Point 3 at 8.1, at 12.8, and then Chandler 4th at 11.1, Perry at 5th at 10.6, Highland at 8.8, Red Mountain at 8.0, or 7th, and then we're all the way down at number 8, but we're very close to Red Mountain. So Red Mountain and Highland. Highland's got a couple of tough games left as well. You take a look at the schedule, we should end up 8-3, right? So it's going to be really interesting to see. I think most likely you're going to see the Pioneers end up at 5 or 6 heading into the playoffs.
I would think so.
That's my prediction. There's no way we can bypass Point or Chandler at this point unless they get beat and upset by some teams that they really don't have that tough. I mean, Mountain Point's got Corona del Sol and Gilbert left. Gilbert's seated at 15. Those should be blowout wins by Point. Chandler's got Brophy left, and then the final week against Hamilton. Now, I think Chandler's going to probably beat Hamilton. But you never know. I mean, that's always an interesting one between those guys.
That's a rivalry game, too. Those schools are in close proximity to one another.
What's going to be interesting, Desert Ridge, because they beat, they're at 2 right now, and because they've already beat Point, they still have left Desert Vista, who's number 10, and Highland, who's number 6. If Desert Ridge runs the table, I think that's your top seed. Unless Hamilton somehow runs the table, and I don't see that happening. So, again, it's hieroglyphics, guys. I mean... So it's hieroglyphics to figure out, where that's going to be and how that's going to end up. But, it's hard to say. I mean, I think, again, Pinnacle's going to be 5 or 6. And, And depending on how the formulas are, it always is interesting because the coaches meet up on a Saturday morning come playoff time.
And kind of figure it out.
Yeah, and you have to wait till all the games are done on that Friday night, and then the computer goes to work and the coaches show up. It's like, where are we seated?
Yeah.
Where's it going to be?
And then they talk about the matchups, and they talk about who got in, who doesn't deserve to be in, who got in with a losing record, or vice versa, and that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid that conversation tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So I'm in the end zone, near the end zone,
right,
talking about that pass that was deep that got held up in the wind and it was intercepted. Ref turns around, sees me talking into the mic. Seriously. And so he came over and he thought I was a coach. I mean, and he's like, you go back, he wanted me back in the box, back up here in the box. And so I turned the corner kind of slow. He turns around to me, the play's happening, and he's still pointing at me, get over there. I'm like, so embarrassed he already called a timeout for me.
I'll tell you what disaster would have been if they would have called a 15-yard penalty on the Pinnacle bench.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that would not have been pretty.
I'm done. I would have dropped the mic right there, got in the car, never see you again. So, by the way, if you look on the field, if you see that the band is setting up and see those big wood, I don't know what you call them.
Yeah, with
rabbits. One of them has my blood on it from my shoulder, trying to get Veach's kick. Ran right into the shoulder. Ouch.
So did you find some fun folks down there to go surprise and just sit down next to and start talking to? There's Parrish's mom. Who else have we got here? Who can we surprise and put on the spot?
Where's Parrish's mom?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Go get her.
I'm just going to go sit down behind her.
Yeah, go get her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do we have cameras on right now, or?
I'm not.
I think they just stay on the field.
Yeah. Actually, our screen froze up. You see that, Tim? We've got a picture of a grape and I think a bottle of wine somehow sitting up here. So, all right. So before we get going on that, let's make sure we get the cameras back up. But he's hold on. Is he?
Yeah, here I am. I'm in the stands, gentlemen.
There we are. We're doing interviews, folks.
I'm with Jessica Parrish, who is the president of the Blue and White Club. Jessica, favorite animal?
Oh, unicorn, all the way.
Did she say pony?
No, it was pony, but it went to unicorn.
It's unicorn. It's a unicorn.
So, what's your prognosis of the game so far?
42-0 right now. I think we're safe.
I don't know.
You never know till the very end.
I think they should let everybody have a turn playing.
I'll ask her what they should do in the second half. She'd like to see some other players get in. I think they should try harder and run faster.
Yeah, well, I think you're going to see a little bit of shuffling in the third quarter, and I think you're going to probably see all the starters sit out in the fourth. That's my opinion.
You probably will. Yeah, and I think at the lower level games, I think they brought some freshmen up to JV and had some other kids on freshman play for both of those victories.
Well, it's funny, Mountain Ridge. Some of the players on Mountain Ridge, I recognize some of the names from the game last night.
Yeah, so. I'm sure. Playing both ways.
Yep.
So, Rich, who else are you going to go attack? This is the audience participation time. So while Rich looks for people, a couple of things at the Twitter feed. Folks, by the way, go to www.pinnaclefootball.com, and you'll see a lot of the latest and greatest where I get this information on the Twitter feed about what's going on. I want to throw a huge shout-out, and I know we mentioned it earlier, but a gigantic shout-out to the JV squad. Listen to this. They're undefeated on the year. They are scoring 47 points per game on average and have blown out everybody that they've played. They're only allowing an average of 11 points. So if you're doing the math, the JV is not only undefeated, they're winning each game by an average of 36 points.
And not to discredit the freshmen have lost one game, the very first game of the season for them, and that was against Chandler, and not by a whole lot.
No, you're right, Tim.
Hey, I was down with Coach Brady earlier on the sideline. I was giving him a hard time because the freshman team gave up 7 points and JV gave up 0.
Yeah, nice.
Well, it's on that point, Rich, I'm glad you brought that up. The freshmen are 7-1, Tim, like you mentioned. They're putting up 35 points per game.
Right.
That's not too shabby, and they're averaging, they're allowing about 16, so even their margin of victory is actually pretty that good. So,
Todd, pretty important to note is that.
Hello, Steve. Engineer Steve on the mic. You got to speak up a little, buddy.
We don't. That might be down a little bit.
Yeah, here. You know what? We'll turn you up. All right. Try again.
How about now?
Yep. There you are.
A little easier?
Yep. You're on. Go ahead.
Cool. So that stat you were citing about the JV, that's including when they fight the likes of Mountain Point and Chandler as well, right?
Yeah, they've blown out everybody, including Centennial came the closest. I think Centennial was within 15 points, but they blew out Point. They blew out Chandler. So, all those really tough schools that we had to start the season off, 3 really tough schools, they have demolished everybody. I mean, it's impressive. I've never seen a JV squad do that. So shout out to those kids.
That's
you know,
incredible.
so it tells you we're in really good hands over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. You know, it's next man up, and they're going to have a challenge next year replacing. You know, we've got some very good senior leadership on the line. Basically, that's the most senior dominated area. We get a lot of skill kids back everywhere else, but that JV line's obviously doing a heck of a job. Yeah. So. Where'd Rich? Did we lose him again? Okay, he's over there still looking for people to talk to, and he's talking about hurting his shoulder.
Actually, Todd, do you have the stats on what the JV line is looking like?
You know, I don't. I don't have the JV roster on me, unfortunately. Tim would know. Tim covers all the games.
I have it, but I don't have all of the heights and weights, I don't think.
Right. But, Tim, you know, you've covered all those games. And here's the thing about line again, Steve. Usually you find, unless you have kids that are just gigantic, I've seen a couple of kids start as a sophomore on the line. Big Ben Thomas back in the day did. But those are kids that are very mature and big for their age. Typically, the interior line, you got to have 2 or 3 years to kind of marinate in the weight room and get these kids up to the size of where they need to be. Whereas skill kids have a little bit easier time at the young age.
So I'll rattle off a couple weights here and players here. So Luke Padway, 6'2", 230.
Oh, yeah. Older brother
Drew Akor is 6'1", 240. Kelly Jackson, 230, 6'2". Elijah Lewis, 6'2", 230. Spencer Ponce, 235. John Pye, 275. And Tosh Baker at 230. Those are you got some boys that are up there.
Nice. Big kids. We got Tucker's mom over here. How you doing? Good. Hey, 4 picks on the year. Did you know he's tied for 3rd in the state? Okay, for the 6A level. For 6A division, yeah. For the 6A division. Hold on, we're going to get you on mic here.
Unicorn.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now you got to put up with Rich some more. Sorry. Rich is fun, though. No, but Tucker's had a great. And as you know, I had a chance to work with Tucker last year, which was fun. But Tucker this year, with 4 interceptions, leads the team. Okay. Ripon College. Him and Dylan are both going there. So you got to fill us in.
Ripon, Wisconsin.
Ripon. Gotcha.
Ripon, Wisconsin. Okay. I know. We're very excited that he is actually going with Dylan. They're going together. Best buds. No, they're not allowed to turn into cheeseheads. Absolutely, that's forbidden. But
Coach Arnold would be all right with that. He's from Wisconsin.
I know. I think he told the boys actually that he would come to their first game
if
that's where they went. So
that's his stomping ground.
That's pretty exciting. And they go from the heat. All these kids are all going to cold weather places.
You know, I get it though. Yeah. When I was a freshman, I played in Gunnison, Colorado, coldest spot in the intercontinental United States. When you play cold, they're going to have to get used to the fact those hits hurt.
It hurts.
When it's
cold.
snow.
That's like bone chilling cold.
Does.
I know. We said, Tucker, you're Arizona boy. That's like bone chilling.
Yeah.
Wisconsin
when you're
winter
used to
for
this.
Arizona boy. Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So him and Dylan got together and said, hey, you know what? Man, we both want to play at the next level. Why not go together, right?
Well, yeah, they both had offers from there, and we went and took a look at it and met with the coach and saw the campus, and Tucker.
All right.
You liked it.
He connected with it.
That's pretty awesome.
Connected with it.
So is it a D3 school?
It is D3.
Okay. All right. And that's very big in the Midwest. There's a lot of D3 schools, just like California. Unfortunately, here in Arizona, I'm not familiar with any. We don't have any D3 schools.
I don't think so.
Or D2, for that matter. We don't.
Yeah, I think, and you know what? He just wants to play football while he goes to school.
Yeah, why not, man?
He's not going to school to play football. He just wants to play football while he goes to school.
Absolutely.
So
that's pretty cool.
We're excited for them.
So and they can travel back. Obviously, you're going to have to fly. Although you're going to have a cross-country trip to get everything over there coming up.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have quite a road trip. Quite a road trip.
No, that's fun. So what part of Wisconsin is it again? It's
He is kind of, well, I don't know. You got Green Bay and Milwaukee and Ripon.
Unicorn. One way or the other, yeah.
Yeah, unicorn.
Yeah, one way, an hour each way.
You're like an hour and a half from any major metropolitan city. So he's
Is it a really small town?
It is a really small town, which I'm okay with.
That's kind of cool.
I'm very okay with that.
If you're coming from the metropolis of Phoenix, that's going to be something different to kind of get used to.
Mom sending her baby boy to college, small, safe little town. I'm good with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even want to know.
So any family?
Not all small towns are safe. Trust me.
Is there any family that's close?
He does have some family. He's got some family in Chicago, so it's about 3 hours away, and then some family in Goreville, Illinois. That's about 6-7 hours away, so not too far.
So is he a Bears fan?
No, he's a Broncos fan.
Oh.
Smart kid.
Yeah.
All right. I knew Tucker was smart. I knew it. So.
Yeah, so he's going to show the Wisconsin groupies how to be Broncos fans.
There you go. I did not. All the time last year with Tucker, I didn't realize he was a Broncos fan. I'm from Colorado. You have no choice.
Oh, yeah.
If you're from there, you have
Right?
no choice. It's a lifelong thing. It just happens.
His dad was a Broncos fan.
Very
His
cool.
stepdad's from Colorado, big Broncos fan. He doesn't have a choice either.
Yeah, well, perfect. So with him and Dylan, then, so Tucker, is he looking to play safety again? He likes D instead of O because he played both sides last year.
Did.
Actually,
He did.
So.
No, he much prefers defense over offense.
Well, and Dylan's another kid that could go either way. Dylan's a great corner, but Dylan could play offense at receiver. He's pretty fast. So.
Well, and kicker.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's kind of crazy. Veach obviously is an incredible kicker. He's as good as anybody I've seen. Big Ben was good, and
Ben Sweet and
the one Nate was calling McGuire. So McGuire's another 3 in a row. They've had fantastic. But when he went down and we were watching Dylan earlier this year, I'm like, holy cow.
He can fill in.
Kid's got a leg.
Well, yeah. So I think Dylan's got the opportunity to play a bunch of different positions.
Nice.
At school too.
So blue and white updates. Okay, Tim and I were part of that for years. Any major updates that you'd like to announce to all the fans and what's going on?
We're kind of on autopilot right now. We work really hard in the off season and we work really hard during the summer and the beginning of the season, and so we're kind of on autopilot right now. We are working kind of behind the scenes on senior night, which is next week. That's a big night for all of us and for the boys, and then we're kind of planning all the banquets that are coming up for end of season. And
all right.
And so that's kind of we're winding down. Nothing major, but still some big things coming up.
So we got you winding down up there. We got some excitement going on here in the stands. I'm with a lot of the students. We got Larry Fitzgerald, Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady. I think we have Goldschmidt. Oh, we got Goldie here too, number 44.
Hey, Rich,
on the camera.
If they promise to be at least PG rated, let's go G rated on that. Throw them on the mic.
They all want to grab the mic from me. So
I know they do.
If they grab the mic, it's R rated.
Yeah,
so
exactly. It's all
PG rated. But we're playing some games down here because they're so enthralled by the 42-0 lead that we've got. What are you guys doing?
We're playing Ninja over here,
Ninja.
You see here, we got a pretty competitive game of Ninja going.
That's good.
Hey, it's Walt Wilson, co-president here. Having a lot of fun at tonight's game. We're winning by a lot of points. Easy dub. Let's get it, baby.
Nice.
Coming up.
Like that. Who else you got there, Rich? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Rich. Thank you so much.
Everybody's looking at me. All the parents are looking at me and they're shaking their heads. They're like, don't come up here. You're not talking to me.
See, you got to force it on them. You just got to sit down and put your arm around somebody, Rich, and say hi. Earlier this year, when we got Dana's wife up here, Amy, earlier this year. I told Dana later. I went into Coach Zucke later, and I'm like, hey, by the way, the best interview was your wife. He goes, you got my wife to interview?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
funny.
that's all the juicy stuff.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
No, we really see who's in charge. That's what it is.
I don't think there's
Tim
any
got that.
doubt.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt on that one.
So the Blue and White Club, though, so for those who aren't familiar, that is the booster club for Pinnacle. And having been involved with it when my son was going through, and Tim with your two boys, it's a vital part of this organization, of Pinnacle football. Coaches, if they can get that kind of support for all the parents that volunteer and all the different things that are done, it allows them to focus on coaching and doing what they need to do to develop these kids. So it's for schools that don't have the same kind of support from a booster club, it's really difficult to be able to compete at the same level. So.
Hey, Todd, I made my way over to the cool section with the cool kids.
Where's the cool kids?
They're all around me to your right, if the camera's got it on me.
Okay.
So here we've got, if you guys can hear me, you're cutting out a little bit, but we've got some members who are watching tonight.
Rich, we're having some technical difficulties, buddy. There you go.
There we go, line of sight.
You got to stand up just because of the bandwidth. It looks like
no, it's because the kids are really cool here. They got all types of gadgets and toys, creating radio signals and disruption. Right. So we have some family members who are watching remotely tonight.
Oh, cool.
Including Amy's Zupke's grandmother. So we're going to do a quick shout out. No, I got that wrong. Amy's coming on to say a shout out.
Wonderful.
Hi, Mom and Dad. Hi, Aunt Lainey.
Very nice.
What do you want to tell them about the game?
The game's going great. I'm glad you're watching.
What do you think they should do in the second half?
They should. Try harder and run faster.
There you go. Common theme.
Hey, wasn't that her son that started that this year? Was that Will that said that, or was it one of his buddies?
It was. No, it was Will Zupke who said that. Stumped him.
was.
It's all his line. We'll give him credit.
Hey, I'll throw a shout out to Will, actually, from last year. Will, if he wants to follow Dad's footsteps in coaching, Will's a smart kid. He knows football left and, inside out, upside down. He's like a coach on the field, actually. Smart kid. So, in any event, back to the blue and white stuff. So, yeah, what you do, for those of you folks who, anytime you go to the snack shack, guess what? That's all parental volunteers.
It is.
All the meetings and all the different things. I miss those. Those were a lot of fun.
It was. I was involved in the program for 7 years. It is a lot of fun. It's a dedication. For me, I use it more for information because as teenage kids, you don't get a lot of information from them at all.
No.
But no, it's a good part. And it's a way of giving back, and it's a way of staying close to your kids, and
being a part of the program.
It is, and it's a big part of it. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, I love being a part of that organization. It was a lot of fun, and that kind of is what brought me into doing this today. It's pretty cool.
Yep, a lot of fun. So, anyway, with Tuck, that's awesome.
Right.
So, now are they going to have streaming like this? My nephew played up in Colorado, and I could stream his games.
So, fortunately, Ripon does do live stream of the games, so we'll get to watch him on Saturdays. Yeah, otherwise, I would have a big problem. I think I would tell him you can't go. If I can't at least watch you on TV, you can't go.
Well, that's cool. I think him and Dylan will have a lot of fun up there.
I think they'll have
fun.
fun.
And I think they'll do quite well. There's good football at those levels.
Yeah,
there really is.
They'll help each other be successful on and off the field.
And you can see there's your boy right there on the camera, number 18. That's him, folks.
That's my baby.
Good-sized kid. Was he 6'1", about 180, 185? A couple of cheeseburgers shy, 190.
Yes,
somewhere in there.
He's right around there.
Yeah, so it's and I'll tell you, those picks last week. He had a huge monster game last week.
I know, and I wasn't here to see it, but I did watch. But I got to watch live.
There you go.
On my iPad.
Oh, so you were watching it.
I did.
Very cool.
I got to watch it live last week.
So, all right. Well, thank you again for all your volunteering and welcome. And tell Tuck that I tell them hello. So, and congrats.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
thank you.
Sounds good. All right, folks. We're about 3 minutes away. You can see the Pioneers coming back out on the field, and I don't know if we're done with Rich's impromptu interviews down there or what he's up to.
I'm hanging out with the team right now. Just they're waiting to come onto the field.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You're down over by the players. Okay.
Rich, we want to see you run through the banner.
You trip over that. I will trip. I'll hurt myself. The ACL. And then what? And then I have to come back to the blue and white to pay my medical bills?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So, folks, we were talking a little bit about the records. It's just this offense is on record pace. They've already broken a bunch. Real quickly, Spencer this year, he leads the entire state, every division in passing yards with 2,510 so far.
And punting, I believe,
yeah,
too,
he
right?
is. He leads the punting for 6A with 43.4, and he's second in 6A for total yards with 2,700. He's just behind Brock Purdy, the kid that plays over at Perry, that quarterback that's pretty tough. So Jacob Veach, even with missing 2 games this year, still third in the state with kick scoring with 51 points. Guess what? I bet he catches after tonight. He's got 6 more, just depending on what the leader does there. Tucker, we talked about this, third in the state for interceptions, tied. Wide receiver Hayden Hatton is 7th in the state in 6A with 665 yards. And the AIA realignment. I don't know didn't we talk about this earlier?
I think we were talking about it off camera. So
okay, so guess what, folks? Next year the divisions are going to be different. The AIA, Arizona Interstate Athletic Association, just redid it, and Pinnacle's division is going to lose Horizon, who's going to drop down to 5A, and Desert Mountain. But we're going to pick up Chaparral.
And
Liberty. So I think those 2 schools, if you look at the football history, are probably tougher than Desert Mountain Horizon when you just look at history and what they've done. So the division gets stronger next year with those changes.
Correct. And it'll be good for all the programs. I mean, the I guess I would say the divisions. Is that what it is? The divisions. Yeah. Whether it's 5A or 6A or whatever, it's all based on the population of the kids.
It is. I think 2,300 students is the cutoff. If you're over 2,300 students, then you're at 6A. Right, and so what's interesting about that is Centennial is going to stay down at 5A, and Saguaro, who has won 4 straight titles at the 4A level, they're going to stay at 4A. 4A. And it's interesting how they do it. Like in Southern California, they don't go off of that. Southern California, what they do is they go off of the history of the school, the numbers, and different things like that.
Yeah, correct. We're losing. Yeah, we're losing our volume.
Yeah, Steve,
there you go. We're better.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So we got our engineer Steve up here working on things, folks, and I couldn't hear myself in the thing, so now I can. I think we're okay. But so 42-0, and we're getting ready for the second half to come back, folks. It's been all Pinnacle, basically. But that new realignment, you'll have Mountain Ridge that stays with us, Boulder Creek that stays with us, O'Connor that stays with us, and then you add in, it's only a 16 region.
Yes.
So when you
add Liberty and Chaparral, so it'll still be a
great
good matchup and all that kind of stuff. We've played Liberty in the past, we've played Chaparral in the past, and the teams, how they do it is they play home and away games. So if you're home this year, you're away next year, or vice versa. And they leave it for 2 years before they make any kind of adjustments.
Right.
And we're at the back end of year 2 with this particular adjustment.
Perfect. All right, guys. So 25 seconds left and counting.
I can't hear myself today.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is that better, Tim?
A little, yeah, there you go. Better.
Okay. So just having some audio, trying to get our audio levels correct here, folks. So, all right, 11 seconds and counting. And Pinnacle is going to get the ball first in the second half, and we're up 42-0. So the running clock will continue in the second half. And hopefully,
as long as there's that 42-point spread.
Yep. And you'll probably, like you mentioned, Tim, you're probably going to see a lot of other kids coming in the second half. So that was our engineer, Steve, trying to get everything set up with our audio levels.
I really believe that you'll see some of the start. You'll see most of the starters to start the third quarter, and I think that you're going to start to see them shift. And if this league continues or grows, you're going to see all new personnel in the fourth quarter.
So the kick return team out there with, you see Coach Ardall, that's Eric Ardall, with the boys. He's the one from Wisconsin, so Tucker and Dylan are heading to the land of brats and
cheese.
Yes.
Ouch. And beer.
Well, if you're over 21, other things.
Oh, no, none of that.
So here we are. We've got Quentin Powell heading back, along with number 25 is Juntman.
And Stevenson.
Yeah, well, Juntman's the up back, and number 4 is
Thans
Dixon, correct.
So the wind is really died down here tonight. A little bit of a light breeze now, which will be at Mountain Ridge's back.
So we've got the boys back. Let's see what we can do. Big first half for Pinnacle.
So Heinz, number 6, he's the kicker.
And he boots into it, and it's going to be taken down at the 5-yard line.
That's
and
Stevenson.
Stevenson's got a little bit of room. He's going to come up over to the 25, up to the 30. He's got it blocking. 30 still in bounds, and he's still fighting forward up at the 50, all the way down to the 46-yard line. Good return by Stevenson.
Into Mountain Ridge territory. So Pinnacle with a half field to start the second half.
We've had great field position the entire game.
Yeah, it's been that, like I said, the whole game.
So we'll see who we have starting off on offense, if Spencer is going to come out or if he's done for the night. And who do we have recorded? Yep, Spencer's out. So starting offense is back on the field. To your point, Tim, they'll probably run a series or two, especially if they score. Get things started, and then you'll probably see some other kids come in.
No problem.
So we're going to start off with split to the right and slot with Hayden Hatton coming over to the left-hand side. Now back to the right. Spencer's going to hand the ball straight up the middle to Juntman. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 tough yards up the middle. Create a 2nd and 7 from the 48-yard line. Yeah, there's a big size difference. Take a look at the size of the D linemen that they've got compared to that just gigantic offensive line for Pinnacle. So over to the right, we have Jack Jepson split out. Spencer is in the shotgun. Juntman on the motion, and it's going to be a fake handoff. Spencer's looking down the field. He's going to go up top. Hayden Hatton's open down to the 15, 12-yard line. Good throw, good catch.
Heinz, number 6, on the tackle there for Mountain Ridge. Again, that young man's all over the field for Mountain Ridge. He plays all over the place.
Hayden's such a big target.
He is.
Leading receiver for the Pioneers.
At 8'3", 600 pounds. 6'3", 225.
So 1st and 10 from the 14. Quick pitch over to the left-hand side. That's going to be Juntman. He's up to the 10, to the 5, and Juntman's going to fight down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Can't quite get there.
Now they're going to mark it at 2. But, again, here we go. Pinnacle driving.
You know, when you look at Covington number 1 and then Juntman number 25, they had about the same amount of yards coming into tonight. Juntman is a north-south guy.
Right. Total different running styles.
He's a north-south guy. So he's like a Terrell Davis from back in the day, and Juntman's more like Covington's more like a Barry Sanders. He's going to go left, right, juke.
Yep.
So Spencer under center. It's going to be motion to Parker Red. Parker Red's going to get the ball, and he's going to pitch it over to Juntman. You had a jet sweep option, basically, for a touchdown.
And that was, about 6 plays?
6 plays, a jet sweep touchdown. That's kind of fun. So that's Juntman's on the year. Let's see, how many touchdowns does Juntman have? He's had quite a few. Let me pull up his number here. Juntman, that's the 8th touchdown of the year on the ground for Juntman.
So 9:22 left in the 3rd quarter, and pending the PAT, 48-0. And
see if we can stay perfect on the year with PATs. That's Veach. Snaps down, kicks up, and it's good. You know,
so 49-0.
We have not given any props to, speaking of Tucker Parrish, number 18, for the hold. If you don't have the right hold on the ball, you know, you're not going to have that automatic numbers that what Veach has. So Tucker's done a really nice job with the PAT holding this year.
Folks, one of our Pinnacle sponsors is iBoutique. Celebrate your individuality with fashion-forward looks from iBoutique. Whether it's the latest trends in clothing, handbags, footwear, or accessories, iBoutique has you covered. Located on Market Street in D.C. Ranch. Also, folks, Barbershop Jack. At Barbershop Jack's, you will find the atmosphere of old-school sophistication with modern amenities. We cater to the gentleman on the go. Stop in on your lunch and get an old-fashioned straight razor shave or a top-of-the-line haircut, or just stop in for a shoe shine. Located at 5450 East High Street in City North, next to Desert Ridge, your neighborhood barbershop. Barbershop Jack, a proud sponsor of Pinnacle football.
So 9:16 left in the 3rd quarter, 49-0 Pinnacle. Get our score updated for you here on your screen here in a bit, folks. And it's been, it's just been all Pinnacle. 2 of the last 3 weeks, we've had our top 2 offensive performances, total yardage-wise, in the history of the school.
And we're on that track tonight.
Yeah, we are, and you can see why. I mean, this offense is just potent. And the D, we've got a goose egg up. Give the D credit. They're really playing well.
Well, the number 2s came in for a while. That was kind of a bullet kick there.
Yep, another bullet. This time he's going to have a chance to return. He's up to the 15, to the 20, across to the 25. A little bit of room down to the 26-yard line. Good open field tackle.
Preston Miller, number 7 on the return. Dan Dixon got him?
Yep, Dan Dixon, number 4. Your leading tackler for the Pioneers, showing that he can also be lethal on kickoffs.
So that the number 2s came in to play defense, and Mountain Ridge was driving, and then Coach Data-Zupke saw enough and said, shuffle the other guys back in, and they stopped them. They went for a field goal, and it was missed. It was wide right.
So you're going to come out with trips to the right from Mountain Ridge. Shotgun formation. And it's going to be Cookson is under pressure. He's going to go down from Markison and Jarvis. Great job on the pressure from both of those guys. They've had monster nights. They have.
They can't stop those. Get that defensive line.
They just can't. Ashenbrand, number 72 in there. Just impressive. In fact, Ashenbrand, this year he's been playing a little bit on both sides of the ball. On defense, he's just a monster.
So that's a loss of 6. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 16.
Total yards outside of that one drive that they had, we've shut him down pretty much. Night. So 2nd and 16. Cookman is going to be in shotgun. He's going to go back, and this time he's going up top. He's got an open receiver, and he doesn't hold on to the ball. It looks like might have been a miscommunication on the actual coverage because Dylan Stevenson stayed short, and Tucker Parrish, the safety, came over the top, but it was a little bit later. So I don't know if that was just a miscommunication on the coverage, but he was open.
That was Dyer, number 15, and they've kind of been going at him all night. That's kind of been the intended receiver for Mountain Ridge.
So Kyle Bryant, number 11, checks into the game at safety. Kyle, good player, junior. Still have Leby in at the other side. Quentin Powell, number 23, your corner, still in, and obviously Dillon, number 28. Linebackers, you still have Hogan Hatton, Maya, number 31, Hogan's 42, and then Vance Dixon, number 4. Cookman on 3rd and 15 in the shotgun, gets the snap. He's under pressure, and he's going to go down again, and that's Jarvis again on the sack.
Yeah, he's having a big night.
Well, that's the 3rd sack of the night, at least, that I've seen from Jarvis. Coming into tonight, the Pioneers, 24 sacks on the season. We have greatly increased those numbers.
Oh, yeah, they're adding to that tonight. So Stevenson is going to be the deep man for Pinnacle, number 28. As I think it's Hines that kicks. It is. No real wind tonight. That's really kind of died down now all of a sudden. A little bit of a light breeze.
And he's going to have a chance. That's a spiral kick. It's going over to the right-hand side. Dillon's going to, I thought about trying to go up and get it, but it's going to be 1st and 10 Pinnacle at the 48-yard line. 6:35 left, 3rd quarter, 49-0 Pioneers.
So again, another kind of half field to work with there. So Pioneer sponsors. Select Physical Therapy provides athletic training and services to Pinnacle High School and is a part of Select Medical Outpatient Division, a national, prominent, locally driven provider of outpatient physical rehabilitation. Their center offers a wide range of general physical therapy services such as hand therapy, sports medicine, work injury prevention, and management. Select Medical empowers its therapists by providing industry-leading education opportunities. Select Medical Outpatient Division provides physical therapy and athletic training services for professional sports teams, colleges, university, and high schools like Pinnacle.
So you have a quarterback change. Guess who's under center? Number 7.
Parker Red.
Parker Red, who played some quarterback earlier in his Pioneer career, freshman and sophomore year, right, Tim?
That's correct.
So he's your starting receiver. He's already had a monster night. Now they're going to run that double wing offense. Parker's going to hand the ball off over to the Junton on the left-hand side. He's going to pick up, maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. So here's that double wing, double tight offense that we ran against Desert Mountain 2 weeks ago, and we put up, 35 points in the first half?
Yeah, on the ground. It's a lot of miscommunication back there. You got to watch it very, very fast where that ball is. He's got 3 options to hand it off, usually, sometimes even 4, even possibly tuck it, run, or pass it.
And it's going to be to Q on the inside. It's a counter, and look out, it's a foot race. Gone. He is gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Almost got caught, stumbles into the end zone. How fast is he? Superman in a phone booth.
Yep.
Wow, that was quick.
That's Hines, number 6, was trying to chase him down. Almost grabbed his ankles, but not quite.
Boy, I'll tell you, it's hard to stop Quentin Powell when he's the fastest kid on the team.
Yeah, he saw a little bit of daylight, and he hit that 4th gear, and it was gone.
Yeah, I think, what's he running? I want to say it's under a 4.5. It's
4.4
or something.
4.4, so he's got some wheels.
It's major D1 speed. It's almost NFL speed. I mean, the kid is quick. So that's going to be 55-0 for the Pioneers. Still in the 3rd quarter.
Pending another PAT.
Perfect on the year. And let's just throw another one in there for Jake Veach.
Hey guys, I'm down here at the 30-yard line on the Pinnacle side with Dan Pasternak. He's our local tweeter, giving you the live updates. He just told me his thumbs are numb. He's got blisters, almost blood coming out of his nails.
He does.
The job's not paying enough.
There you go.
He needs a raise, right? No, he's done a great job through the years.
Oh yeah, it's funny. Some of the away games on the lower levels that I don't announce. I always check on the website. I mean, he's right on it all the time.
So 5:24 left, 56-0. So that's let's see, 8 touchdowns on the evening, if my math is correct. I believe so. Yeah, it is. And on the PATs, so coming into tonight, he was 36 for 36. He's now a perfect 44 for 44. That's your kicker, Jake Veach. It's a lot of points.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to add to that total, the all-time average scoring for Pinnacle. We'd already set a record at 44 a game.
Yeah, and our high is 77, which was against
Desert Mountain.
Desert Mountain this year. Before it was 69.
Yep, so we've set and here's what's crazy. The past 3 games, we've averaged 67. So in league play, folks, we've lit up the scoreboard for sure. Our 4th game in the league play. So here we are with Veach again. Had a couple touchbacks earlier. See if he tries to go deep or squib it. And he's going to do a little knuckler again. And this time it's fielded at the 5, up to the 10, 15 to the 20. A little bit of a crease, and good job by Marcus Fox, number 34, to come up and make that tackle.
And on the return was number 28, Spearman, Antonio Spearman, on the return.
So defense heading out, and you're going to see some different numbers here. Tim and Rich, you can help me out with this. I already know we got Brian at safety, number 11. Number 6 is Goodman, I believe. Is that correct? Or no, that's actually Coleman. Yep, so
6.
he's a corner.
Let me give you the line here, guys. Sorry to cut in. 95, 56, and 52 up on the line.
56 is Corley Thompson.
52 is Akwabu. He's the cork in the line.
Going to be a handoff over to the right-hand side, and not a lot of room. Good job on run support from a number of kids, actually, including Juntman. He's in on defense. Is that, or am I? No, that's Cody.
Yeah.
Cody Lassiter, number 32.
And Marcus Fox, 34 in on the tackle there.
So who else we got? We got Bogle, number 8 at linebacker. We got Mayan at linebacker. And
Bodwin, number 51 in there, also as linebacker.
Good to see Bodwin in there. Good kid. They're all good kids, actually. And you picked up 95, Tim. That's Rhea, right, at end?
Yep, Clark Rhea.
And then 35 is Alley, Greg Alley, playing some DN tonight. So it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Oh, it's going to be a trick play. Huh. Faked me out. How about you?
That's almost like kind of a forward dump pass there. There's no velocity on that at all.
So they handed the ball on a dive play, and the running back stopped and then just tried to go over the top.
He was 24 feet out from the basket when he took that shot.
Yeah.
A little bit out of range. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of a dump forward pass a little bit. So
just a little bit out of range.
All right. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 11.
3:25 left in the third quarter.
And clicking.
Shotgun formation. We still have Cookman in at quarterback. And there was some movement on the line. I'm not sure which side they're going to get. It's offsides.
That's going to be on Pinnacle.
Yeah, I think that was number 56, Corley Thompson. Got some new kids checking in. That's 73, I think, is that Jameli? Number 91 and 73, I think that is Rossi and Jameli, right?
Yep, Jameli, number 73.
Some more big kids in the middle. Plug that hole. 3rd and 8. Cookman going to look straight down the middle, and he's going to dial up a deep one. Nobody there. Heads out of bounds. Good coverage by the Pioneers.
Yeah, he took a pretty good shot back there.
Well, we've got a late penalty. Roughing the passer. Yeah,
possibly.
I think that's that's exactly what the call is. Didn't see who they called it on. You know, it's hard. Sometimes those defensive linemen, when they're running full speed at a quarterback, it's hard to let up sometimes.
Well, not only that, it's just some of the kids that are in right now don't play all the time, so they're
amped up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that'll give Mountain Ridge a 1st down on that penalty. Get the ball out to the 40-yard line.
So Greg Alley, number 35, he had that big, he's your right end. He had that big special teams player earlier this year when he blocked the punt and then scored, I believe. So Cookman, shotgun formation, double twins. He's going to look to his left to throw it quickly, and the ball is almost intercepted.
Incomplete pass.
Yeah, that was Coleman, number 6.
Pass was pretty low. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
2:30 and counting, 2:34 left and counting. Been all Pinnacle tonight, folks. It has been the entire league play, really. Double twins formation, Cookman, shotgun. Little bump and run coverage. So Cookman's going to look over to his right. They're going to try to dial it up deep, and that's Fox, who falls down, and the ball is caught. It's going to be 1st down yardage at the 22-yard line, and I think Fox might be shaken up, number 34.
Yeah, he's grabbing his ankle down there. I don't know if there was really contact there or.
Almost looks like he lost his footing. He was playing bump and run coverage. I saw that pre-snap. You know, that's where the corner is typically going to be within 2 yards of the ball. And Coach Crawford and Zupke out there to take a look and see what's going on. So injury timeout. Fox has had a pretty good year. He's a good player. He's up. That's good, but he's limping. So there's an ankle injury.
Hopefully it's just a light sprain or twist or something like that.
So Brandon Pasternak, number 3, checks into the ball game. Another good kid, fun kid. Been a great Pioneer through the years. Senior. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Mountain Ridge at the 22-yard line, 23-yard line. Cookson in shotgun. Cookman, excuse me. He's going to throw it over to the left, and it's complete at the 20, and great open field tackle by Coleman.
Number 6.
Boy, he came up beautifully on that.
He
That's
did.
textbook. Great job by Coleman.
I don't think there was any gain on that play.
No good. Or no gain, I guess, shall I say.
Oh, no, maybe a gain of a...
Might have given him a half yard,
or
yeah.
something.
So it'll create a second, and we'll call it 9 from the 23. Mountain Ridge is going to come out with a double twins formation, shotgun again. Pinnacle just playing base defense now with their 4-3. Going to be a fake handoff, and he's got pressure from the right-hand side. He's going to go up top, and great play by Kyle Bryant, number 11, the safety, to break that up. Kyle's a gamer. Good athlete. You know, when you look at Kyle, him and Tucker Parrish are kind of similar in size.
Yeah.
And in many ways with the way they play the game. So he's a good one.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
So Kyle's got a fumble recovery on the year. I think it was last week or the week before where he came up big with a fumble recovery.
So we're under a minute here on clicking in the 3rd quarter.
Cookman going to bring out Mountain Ridge. Or actually, they go back to their, they went back to number 6, which is Heinz. And he's going to keep the ball and run up the middle. And he's got some pretty good yardage. I'm not sure. It looks like there may have been a fumble. Ball's on the ground. That's what they're saying. About a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, and
Pinnacle's ball.
Pinnacle picked it up. I don't know who
Good
came
defense.
I'm not sure who came up with there, so apologize for that, folks. You're way on the other side of the field. We can't see so well.
Good to see the goose egg still up there.
Well, it would have been interesting to see if they would have, Heinz on that keeper there. If he didn't make it there, it would have brought up a 4th down. Were they going to kick it or go for it? Just to try to put some points on the board,
They probably would have gone for it, I'm sure. At this point. I mean, the game's out of hand. And the Pioneers, we haven't had a shutout yet this year. We've come close. Brophy only put 3 up against us.
So Parker Red coming in at quarterback, number 7.
So we're going to work on that formation a little bit more. They're in case Spencer goes down, they're going to look at some different combinations.
Looks like, are they calling a timeout?
It's a timeout.
Yeah, timeout Pinnacle. I think some little bit miscommunication there.
Parker can actually throw.
They only had 10 on the field.
So 10 on the field, but he gives you that wildcat look. And if something were to happen to Spencer at some point during the season, Parker's a great option. Yeah. Because he's such a good athlete on the wildcat look.
I mean, Spencer's got a hell of an arm. Don't get me wrong, and not to discredit Parker Red. I mean, Parker Red can throw the ball, but when I used to call and watch him playing as a freshman and as a sophomore on the lower levels, the JV and freshman teams, more of a little bit of a running quarterback there. Threw occasionally. But he's a little bit more bigger and physical, too.
Right.
And he was at that point, too, as well.
He gives you that option.
Yeah, just a different dynamic.
So Parker heading back out, and they're going to have Parker in the shotgun. So quads to the left, 4 receivers split left, Parker in the gun. This ought to be interesting. Juntman in motion. It's going to be the jet sweep, and they're going to give it off to Juntman. He's got some room on the right-hand side. Going to pick up, call it 6.
Juntman's fun to watch. I mean, like I said, he's totally different than Covington. He just kind of bounces off guys. A little bit more patient, follows those blockers there. Covington just makes you miss.
They're so loaded at running back.
Yeah.
And then you look at Goodlow, who played up a couple of games, but that kid is something else.
Yep.
I mean, they're loaded at running back. So there's going to be, it looks like a timeout on the field. Coach Mike Brown, or Doc Brown, if you will, coming out to coach up the kids. Coach Zupke heading out.
Who called that timeout? Was that against Mountain Ridge or us?
I'm not sure. So here's the deal. You know, when you're up 56-0 and you have new kids in there, coaches are going to stay just as passionate.
That wasn't a timeout. That's the end of the third quarter.
Okay.
So
the end of 3. Sorry, guys. I missed that, Tim. So did
I. I mean, we're getting all distracted and everything else here. Because you know what? We're just kind of – this is more a little bit relaxed than it has been in the past. We're just kind of letting it go, letting it play out here. I think we all know where the outcome is going to happen. It's just a matter of how much.
Well, here's what's kind of fun. When you get to this point in the game, you know, you've got different kids that are in there. The coaches are going to be every bit as fired up because they want those kids that are
do well.
You know, playing the second or third team to be able to keep the intensity up and to get them ready to step in case they need to, you know, if somebody goes down. So you've got Zach Hull in. You've got Greg Alley in, number 35. Zach Hull's 15. You have to help me with some more numbers here, Tim, and especially the offensive lineman.
Looks like number 77, Milbrandt, number 68, Cooper.
And then you got Parker at quarterback, and 68 Cooper, 51, I believe. Is that correct?
No, 51 is Bowden.
Bowden, yeah, you're right. Sorry, folks. We'll see if we can catch all the numbers on the lineman here in a minute. So Parker under center. It's going to be a quick handoff up the middle. Not a lot of room there. You've got number 68, like you said, Cooper. 77 Cooper. Still in there. Milbrandt's still in.
Yeah.
60 is O'Day. That's Edmund O'Day. He's a 310-pounder. He's a big kid. Number 50 is your center, and that's going to be Truxell. Noah Truxell. So Parker's going to come out in the shotgun again. 4 receivers to the left. Motion by Juntman. And Parker's going to fake it and keep it himself, and he's going to get forward for maybe about 3 yards.
That's going to bring up a 4th and short. He's going to come up a little bit short there.
Might see the first punt of the evening. I think you are, yes. Here comes the punting unit. Now, are they going to send out Spencer or Veach?
No, you got Veach coming out, number 82, because it's a lot longer punt.
Right.
I mean, I think Spencer's done for the night.
Yeah, I would think so. 10:55 and counting, folks. Pioneers up 56-0, and we get a chance to see Veach punt, he's pretty good, actually. We usually have Spencer back there because he's got that run or pass threat, but Veach could punt at the next level probably too. Snaps down, or snap, and Veach gets a hold of it. It's an end-over-end kick that's going to be low. Good job getting down the field in coverage. Boy. You saw number 5 flashing down there, and that's your starting safety. And
Bennett Levy.
Yeah, Bennett Levy. And boy, he just flew down that field. Great job on special teams.
Hey guys, Rich here.
Rich.
All the way on the south end of the snack shack.
Oh,
popcorn
nice.
for $1. You're so jealous, Todd.
No, Todd ate earlier.
Yeah.
He ate earlier.
I'm good, man. I'm all good. So, first and 10 for Mountain Ridge at the 34-yard line. Still got the same defensive unit. Actually got Sunday in, defensive end on the left side. That's number 81. Big Sam's in there. 73's Grimelli on the line. And over on the right-hand side, I believe that's still Alley, isn't it?
It is.
95 is it Rhea?
Is it Rhea?
I think so. Yeah, it is. So here, and hit right as he throws. And that's going to be a fumble, folks. That's going to be Pinnacle football. So his arm was not moving forward.
How they call this one? I didn't hear the whistle go. So
there was no whistle. I don't know if they called that incomplete.
Let him keep it.
Or if that was an actual fumble. It was close. Good penetration.
We're going to get this sorted out here because they didn't blow that play dead, but you don't know if his arm was in a forward motion there.
Did you see who got the hit there, Tim? I missed on who that was. It might have been Rhea.
It is. That's going to be a
Pinnacle
fumble.
football. So that's what you want to see on defense, a one-play drive. And Parker Red's going to stay in a quarterback, so they're going to give Parker some more work tonight.
I was kind of hoping they just let him keep the ball.
Well, lots of new faces and names, which is great, you know.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Earlier in the season, we were in some tighter ball games, and a lot of these kids didn't get a chance to see the field, so it's really nice to be able to see them get in there and get some work done. And you've got Jake Munn in on the line. I believe he's going to be your left tackle. Your left guard is going back to Cooper. Parker at quarterback. We'll get the rest of the linemen here.
Bill Brandt is back in there.
Yep, at right tackle. Juntman in motion, and it's going to be a handoff on the jet sweep. Look out. He's good move by Juntman on the north-south cut, and he's up to the 24-yard line.
Gain of about 7.
So, and again, that's Ode still in at right guard. Odea, sorry. Truxell still in at center, and you're right, Milbrand. Now you got Greg Alley in, number 35. I don't know where they had Greg lined up. They got him actually playing wide receiver, along with Hull and Eric Cole to the left. Smur's in at tight end on the right-hand side. Parker's going to hand it off straight up the middle. And again, Juntman is going to fight all the way down to the 8-yard line.
Enough to move the chains for Pinnacle first down.
Hey, guys, it's Rich down here really quick. I ran into Jovi, and he's a student here at Pinnacle.
Nice.
I wanted to ask him a question about how do you think they're doing?
I think they're doing great. Maybe got to tweak a couple things,
What do you think they should tweak?
Well, I'm not satisfied with the score. It's 56-0, but maybe run a little bit harder, Maybe yeah, definitely got to try faster.
There you go.
Jovi, run harder and try faster. Well, that's a new one. Okay. So, Parker actually, we've got a new quarterback.
Rich probably had his mouth full of popcorn. That's
so,
why.
Futuros has come in for Parker Red and checked in at the quarterback position.
He's number 16.
Number 16, and you've got Alley now. They were going to give Alley the ball. I saw Alley run a lot at the JV level last year.
He did, yeah.
He runs hard.
He does. He's kind of quiet here at the varsity level.
He's a good player.
I know he is. Played a lot of linebacker, too.
He did. So, and this time they do hand it back up to Alley. He's not going to have a lot of room. So, Mountain Ridge is expecting the run right up the middle.
Yeah, so we're at 8 minutes and clicking here, folks, in the game.
You're going to see a lot of the Mountain Ridge players just kind of crowd the line and come after more of a run blitz type look. Seriously doubt you'll see Pinnacle throw. They might, but I doubt it. You brought popcorn for me, Rich. I can't call a game and eat popcorn.
It's so yummy.
Thank you. Here, you go ahead. Just make me jealous of this popcorn. So trips to the left. Turos under center. It's going to be a handoff over to the right-hand side, and again, Mountain Ridge is just selling out on the run blitz.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard to get
they know what's coming.
Yeah. So Futuros has been seeing quite a bit of action in league play, which is great. We figured he probably would. On the year, as you take a look, that's number 16. Okay. So it's been mostly handoffs. I think he's attempted 2 passes on the year, so not a lot. Double tight formation, double split, single back. This is ground and pound time. No, he's going to throw. And he tried to hit Braden Smurs on the play action, and it was close. So I don't know if the player got there a little bit early, but with a 56-0 lead, you're probably not going to get that call from the referees.
Well, Veach is going to come in for a field goal attempt on 4th down.
Been a while since we've seen a field goal attempt from Veach.
Tucker Parrish on the hold, number 18.
He's 5 for 6 on the year, folks, with a long of 37. This is going to be about a 34-yarder. So certainly within his reach. He's hit a 62-yarder in practice. So you know he's got the leg strength. Snaps down. Kick is up. He's got plenty of leg, and boy, that looks good to me. Right down the middle. That would have been good from about 55, I think.
So that's going to make the score 59-0 with 6:23 left in the game. Folks, Del Taco, one of the Pinnacle sponsors this year. The menu items taste better because they're made with quality ingredients prepared fresh every day, in every restaurant's working kitchen. Visit one of the 24 locations. Del Taco tonight, including the location at Tatum and Bell, as well as 19th Ave and Union Hills, a proud sponsor of Pinnacle football.
All right, so for the 11th time tonight, out comes your kickoff team. Yes, it's as crazy as that sounds, folks. Look at these guys tear it up. Look at the dance moves for these kids. Think they're having any fun? Wow. That's one way to get on camera. Rich, that looks like you.
I'm going in. It's the mosh pit. I'm going in, guys. Cover me in case there's gunplay.
So here comes Jacob Veach on another kickoff. You might get hurt down there, Rich. I'm not sure I'd do that.
Oh, I'm so getting hurt.
Look at these kids. All right, so Veach drives it deep, gets his leg into it, and it's going to be into the end zone. So another touchback. When he wants to, it just seems like he boots it right into the end zone. So 6:23 left. Help me spot some more numbers here, guys. So I see 33 coming out for the Pioneers. That's Riley Woodruff at safety. Number 24 is Marietta, Jesus Marietta. So he's going to be in there. 27 is Stedman, Matt Stedman. And number 20 is going to be Tyler Marsh at the corner position. 51, Bodwin. 31 at linebacker is Maya still. And it's going to be a fake handoff, and they're going to try to dial up deep and get some points. Nope, overthrown.
It's overthrown.
Yeah. So who else is in? Number 81, I believe, is no, that's Sunday. That's not him. 91, sorry.
Jesus Marietta, number 24, had the coverage on that play for Pinnacle.
Michael Rossi in on the D-line. He's number 91. Number 95 back in there is Rhea. 56 is Thompson. And your left end, number 81. Is that Sunday? Yeah, Shane Sunday back there. And your Mike linebacker, I believe, is Bogle. It is. He's your middle linebacker. And number 51 is Bodwin again at linebacker. So that's who's in, folks. It's going to be a fake handoff, quick throw over to the left-hand side. Pretty good move, but nice tackle. Good hustle. Great hustle, actually, by the linebacker coming over. The corners came in, too. So that's number 31 that was on the hit, and that is Maya.
Hey guys, it's Rich again. I'm up in the booth with you. I was just looking over here and I see Coach Brown's car. It's a time machine, and he built it out of a DeLorean?
The flux capacitor. It's the flux
That's
capacitor.
what makes time travel possible.
So, all right, here we go. So we got double twins, formation, shotgun. And he's going to go back. He's under pressure, and another Pinnacle sack. This time it's the entire defensive line, led by Rhea, number 95. I think he got in there first. Sunday was there. Boy, they've had a field day. How many sacks tonight is that?
I think that's 5, maybe 6.
I mean, they've just been, it's been a field day for these guys. So that's going to create 3rd and 13. Good pass rush by all of them, actually. So you've got Winslow, Cole Winslow. I think, is that Cole? Number 12, no, that's 13. Is that?
No, this is a 4th down. They don't have anybody back deep.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. So they're just going to let him do it. And, yeah, there's nobody left. So they're going to just let it come down. Down to the 30-yard line.
So curious, why would you do that? Why would you load up the 11 on the line and not put somebody back?
There's only one reason I can think of, and that is you don't want to run it back and score on Revenue. That's the only reason I can think of, honestly. I honestly don't know, Rich, but, I get it. So 3:56 left. That'd be, no chance of scoring. Just say, okay, we're going to force you to punt. We'll take over on offense.
So, folks, next week, make sure you join us. If you don't go out to the game live, we're back at Pinnacle High School next week's Friday, a week from tonight. 7 o'clock game time against Horizon High School. That's always a great game. That will be a packed house.
Yep.
It is senior night.
Yep.
So you got a lot going on that game. So just make sure you come on and join us. For some of you folks that are watching live streaming out of state, make sure you catch that one.
Parker Red back in at quarterback, and yeah,
he gets about
gain of 5. Yep.
So, anyways, back to the game next week, there, folks. Sometimes when the playoffs start, depending on AIA regulations, sometimes we can't broadcast, so that might be our last broadcast.
Usually the quarterfinals we're able to do, but then when you get to the semis, the opening round we're able to do usually.
Yeah.
Then after that, it's kind of a crapshoot.
They take kind of control of that. They have the rights to that stuff. So
yep.
I can't really tell. It's kind of a last-minute decision if we're going on or not. But if not, I'm sure Evan will post the link up on the site, and you can watch the AIA stream.
Yep, handoff straight up the middle, and he's got a little bit of room. Does Juntman stays on his feet up to the 47. Tough running from Juntman.
That's going to be another Pinnacle first down.
Move the chains. So first and goal. That's almost like the 51-yard line, right?
Yeah, exactly.
First and goal from the 51.
So 2:30 and clicking.
First and 10 from the 46. That sounds a little better. And Futuros back in at quarterback. Trips to the right. Motion by Hull. And it's going to be another run to Juntman. And not a lot of room.
No, because they know it's coming.
Yeah, when you got 8 guys, a little extracurricular going on. So they didn't call it. I'm surprised. The safety just went after number 50 for Pinnacle, which is Truxell. Yeah, you know, these kids have pride, and it's always dangerous this point in the game when it's a blowout. You know, if you're on Pinnacle's side of the ball, you just don't talk smack. You go back to the huddle. That's all you can do. Trips to the right. Futuros under center. Split left. And Juntman again. This time he finds a hole. Breaks over to the left-hand side. What a move by Juntman. He's up to the 45, down to the, all the way down to the 30-yard line. Great run by Juntman.
So that'll move the chains for a Pinnacle first down. We're under a minute and not under a minute, almost at a minute and moving.
Boy, I'll tell you, he just went crashing through that hole. Pretty good blocking by the line.
So a couple of plays will end this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so.
So, folks, the Pinnacle Blue and White Club and Pinnacle Football would like to personally thank all the dedicated sponsors for their generous support and helping all the Pinnacle football student athletes reach their goals on and off the field. Please make sure you stop in and visit our sponsors here during their day-to-day routine and thank them for supporting the kids and the program. And Futuros takes a knee.
Yeah, so we may have one more play to go.
Hey guys, we might be able to stay on the air just a little bit longer after the game. Maybe we'll interview some players because we move so fast in this game. We'll see what we can do.
Alrighty.
Okay, that'll be something different. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. Usually we're broadcasting till 9:30 to 10 o'clock. So it's going to be an early night tonight. And Coach Zupke and the rest of the coaches are calling the kids over and saying, this is it. So get in a line, shake hands. So, you know, tough on the other side of the ball for Coach Edwards and Siliberti, but shout out to those guys. They're classy guys. And give them some time. They'll turn it around here. I guarantee they will.
So final score of the game, folks, is going to be the Pioneers 59, Mountain Ridge 0.
Yep, big win. So, and you know, actually, when I looked on the site earlier, some of the other coaches that are over here at Mountain Ridge had some experience with the Pioneers as well. I want to say that's Bruno shaking hands, you know, that's coming up. So he knows a lot of these kids. So good, clean, hard-fought game. You know, I don't think I remember any unnecessary roughness penalties or anything like that. So a lot of respect between the two. You know, tough loss for Ridge and Vinny and those, but they, like I said, they'll get there. Good guys. So, Rich, where are you? Are you going to try to? They're still shaking hands. They still have the Pioneer Spirit drill, which, if you're not familiar with this, Tim, we've seen this through the years many times.
Oh yeah, they teach it at the freshman level, and it just gets fine-tuned at the varsity level.
And really, what it's about, folks, win, lose, or draw, this is about discipline. It's about respect, and it's about being a team. So when they set that up, basically, then it's you know, that's why they do those things. So, Coach Ardall saying something, yeah. Okay. Shout out to the coaches. By the way, we haven't done that yet tonight, so I'm gonna do a quick shout out and introduce you to your coaching staff if you're not familiar with these guys. Head coach Dana Zupke, of course, 14th year. Head coach,